whispers in my ear, promises and alibis. Everything seems so clear. Your touch is like a fire, burning deep inside. But I can't shake this feeling. There's something you hide. You say you love me, but your eyes tell a different story. Caught in the crossfire of passion and glory. Love, lust, and lies. Baby, it's all a disguise. I see the truth in your eyes. No more alibi. We play this game, but who's keeping score? Love, lust, and lies. Can we take anymore? Late nights and sweet lies, our secrets intertwine. The way you move, it's criminal. I can't press rewind. Every kiss is dangerous, every touch a sin. We're caught in this madness. Where do we begin? You say you love me, but your eyes tell a different story. Caught in the crossfire of passion and glory. Love, lust, and lies. Baby, it's all a disguise. I see the truth in your eyes. No more alibi. We play this game, but who's keeping score? Love, lust, and lies. Can we take anymore? Late nights, sweet lies, our secrets intertwine. The way you move, it's criminal, but I can't press rewind. Every kiss is dangerous, every touch a sin. We're caught in this madness. Where do we begin?
Hey y'all, welcome to Love, Lust, and Lies. I am Love, the host of today. Welcome to season 4, episode 4, where it's modern women versus traditional women, the culture. So this is going to be interesting. I've been having phone calls all week about this subject. So hopefully they come on here and comment because I could just answer so many questions. But I'm very excited about this episode. So I'm going to introduce my co-host, Sexy Coco.
Hey. Hey, everybody. What's up, love?
Hey, girl. Long day.
Listen.
We made it, right? Yes. Oh, you got your Halloween on, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But it's not no tea. You know, it's a little something in there. Something good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited. I'm ready to get into it. This one definitely would be a good episode. Good topics, good guests. I'll go ahead and bring everybody on. First, we have Key. Well, she's been back every episode. We loving it. Hey, girl.
We loving it. Look, all the shit I said about all the shit about like having kids and all that stuff. You know, you still dedicated. I love this shit. I love it, and I appreciate you.
Yeah. I'm like, okay, we got to get them put up. It's time to go to work.
It's time to go to work.
Yeah.
All right, then we have the lovely Miss Caramel.
She's not on yet. We'll wait for a minute. Yeah, I'll let you know when she's on. But until then, like, have you had any like comments about our subject tonight?
A lot of people just saying they think it'll be a really, really good episode. Like, it's a lot of controversy with this one. A lot of people they want to tune in and just see like what's the difference, where people stand. You know, they might get on and say a little something about their point of views, but definitely overall interesting episode. I think it'll be a good conversation.
Yes,
I agree.
Yeah, I think it'd be a great conversation for sure. So, is Matthew ready?
Matthew he's gonna text me when he come on. He's doing some business stuff right now. So yeah,
So-
I had a couple men that wanted to get on here, but they was like, it's a woman's subject. I said a woman's subject. You
I
know?
was thinking that too. I was hoping that at least one guy came on.
Somebody will.
I'm interested to hear
But
Yes.
from a man.
I mean, so any man that want to come on, hit me up, you know, but we do have one man coming. I know another man's supposed to show up, but I want to hear from them. Like, we could say so much about who we are, what we are, but how are we going to know that how are we going to know that we're a traditional woman if you don't tell us what to do? Like, so, I
Right.
mean, let's start off as what's the definition of a traditional woman?
So I put the definitions on here.
Mhm.
So I looked these up because I feel like I wanted to give a true definition, because what I feel is traditional, what Love feels traditional, what Key feels traditional is totally different. So I wanted to put out there like the true definition first. And so, like, if you just look online, Urban Dictionary, regular dictionary, whatever, it says a woman who embraces traditional gender roles such as values, often in the context of marriage and family life.
Okay.
So that would be the true definition of a traditional woman.
Okay.
I think I agree with that. I think it's more, for me, it's like exactly what that's saying. Someone who values like home life more than, working, and, someone who is more interested in family and home, and, like being a homemaker versus going out into the world working, and, they may want to further their education, but it's not something that they're just like, they're not that concerned with. Their family, kids, household is their main concern.
Yeah.
I think that's more traditional, in my opinion.
Well, in my opinion, it depends on what your tradition is. There's so many traditions out there. Like, working might be traditional for certain people, but what if it's not traditional in different type of cultures? You see what I'm saying? So traditional is like different in many. You could say traditional anywhere, but what's the definition of tradition in your household? How did you grow up? How are you traditionally, taught to be the right woman? Because anybody could be traditionally the right woman, but who teaches that?
Right.
Who teaches that? Our moms, our dads, or anybody around us. Like, we talk about traditional all the time, but what is really traditional is what you know.
So you think tradition is based off of your background?
I think so. It depends on what your traditional is. I don't know. To me, it is like there's people that, back in the days, it ain't the same as the same definitions in the 1950s is not the same definition as now.
True.
So
I kind of think that it is, though.
You think it is?
I think it is, but I think now society is trying to twist it. Yeah. But if you go to the root of what it is, basis, traditional versus modern, if you go to the root of what it was and what the word embodies, I think it is. I think that society is trying to change it. Women are trying to be, I think now women are trying to be modern with traditional values.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's like you want to be both. And oftentimes women want to be both when it benefits them the most.
That's a good. Yeah, I think that's very, very valid. I think, like you said, a lot of women want to be both. They want to be modern. They want to get to the bag. They want to get money. They want to build businesses and live a life, but they also want to make a home and take care of their kids and provide a life, So yeah, they want to be both for sure.
All right. So we got Carmel on here. You want to introduce her, Coco?
We have the beautiful Carmel. I've been waiting for you to
girl, I feel like I look so crazy and crazy.
Oh, you look cute. Hi, honey.
Hi, everyone. Hi, Coco.
Hey.
Y'all, you two go ahead and introduce yourself. Anything you want to talk about?
Hi, guys. I am Carmel. I was co-host for season 2, and just an internet girly. Loves to post about her life, have fun, live a lifestyle of the lifestyle. Oh, you can
understand that though. People don't understand.
No, not at all. And my Instagram is my username on here, so it's I am Carmel.
Mm-hmm. Follow her.
Follow her. Follow back. We'll follow you back.
Mm-hmm. We're very active.
Yeah. Like, well, let's shout out to Sunday nights, you know, like I was telling them, you know, I have off Monday, so Sunday nights are my nights. So I want to shout out Rumors Nightclub on West 6 for always showing us a good time.
Oh my gosh,
right. Leon, of course, Lee, always making sure we taken care of. Also, Crisis, always having a good vibe. You know, 107.9. Make sure you hit him up for anything, for hosting or whatever. He was my host for all my fashion shows. So make sure you hit him up. And of course, Bully and Dewan with the loud, the promotion company. You got to follow them because they definitely show us a good time in Cleveland. So I wanted to bring that up. Oh, I can't forget my bartenders at Rumor though.
Oh, because we got our favorite.
Right. I can't forget bartenders at Rumor.
So. Made it to a Sunday at Rumor. I say I'm coming.
You got to. You got to.
Yeah, I got to be to work on Monday, so I'll be like,
sorry. But yeah, come out there on Sundays. All right. Anyways, we were just talking about traditional definition. We already got our definition. What about you, Carmel? What's the definition of a traditional woman?
A traditional woman, like when I think of one, at least I think of like a homemaker immediately. That's what pops up. But it's just somebody who more so is centered around, of course, like I heard before, what she was saying, a family unit. It's centered around taking care of the household. It's more centered around taking care of their man and making sure things are up together on their end and the feminine aspect. It's not anything related to masculine, what I would dictate as masculine responsibilities and tasks. But just somebody who's, very classic, very keep up with themselves, they're very centered around everything that matters within the family unit.
I think that was the same definition as Keisha, huh?
Yeah.
Pretty much the same, yeah.
Well, yeah. But we all think about traditional being, the traditional.
Yeah, very feminine, very about her man, my man.
My man. Right. So do you think traditional women share their man?
No.
Do you think they who?
Share their man?
No,
that's a modern day woman.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well let's just start off with that. Keisha, start it off, Keisha. What's a modern day woman?
I think a modern day woman is someone who is more in tune with like the work life, like Coco said, chasing the bag, independence, someone who is like, I play by my rules. Fall in line, I just think that's
Yeah, so my definition is pretty much the same. A woman living in the now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like whatever is happening, she with it. She out getting the money. She's, she can make things happen with or without you. Just more like she more like outside. She more, like involved in what's going on outside of the home. She still can, take care of home, but like she prioritizes her finances and her brand and her business and stuff first.
Yeah.
Carmel?
I think a modern woman is definitely independence, of course, pops into mind first because nowadays, that's not like it used to be before. So I mean, independence is quite up there. But because I think with that, it just comes, progressiveness, and that also is involved a lot when you have to think about modern women. Okay, what is it that most people in society want nowadays? And a lot of it, just like we talked about last Tuesday, is polygamy, right? So that kind of ties into that conversation. It's more modern. It's more, we're having open conversations about these things. So with those conversations, it brings about certain things that traditionally wouldn't come. People are more open and receptive to certain things, being more modern. People are more willing to go to like play parties, go have fun, go do other things because it's more up to date. It's not so taboo versus being traditional. So I would say definitely independence. I mean, definitely independence, definitely being open, definitely being open-minded. All of those things. Yeah.
Yeah. To me, a modern woman, I was always taught to be traditional growing up by my mom. Traditional, this is how you do, this is how you treat your man, this and then this. But honestly, like I probably transitioned to a modern woman out of survival. You see what I'm saying? Meaning I was a traditional woman, man taking care of me, man taking care of everything, and I didn't have to worry about nothing. But what happens when he leaves or when, and I think I transitioned to a modern. That's why I said to myself, I'm a modern traditional woman because I still believe in the tradition. But when you're traditional, when you're a traditional woman, and then he decides that he wanted to step out, I had to turn into that modern woman of survival. Like
like what happens when you don't have a choice? Like if
yes.
you a traditional woman and then something happens and you don't have a choice, you turn into a modern woman for sure.
Yeah, right. That's why I said what I said. Like I am a traditional modern woman. I still believe in the tradition, but it just takes someone strong enough to be able to transition me back to be that traditional woman. Because that's what I really want.
Being
that's
traditional,
what I really want, though.
Right. I think traditional also plays a part in like trust. Because I don't think you can really be, well, you can, but I think it's harder to be a traditional woman that is allowing a man to lead in the way of like taking care of things while you're a homemaker. Being a homemaker means you have no income. So you have to trust that this man is going to take care of you financially, emotionally. He's going to provide for you in a way that you would want to be provided for. Like how much being traditional, what's the lifestyle that you want to live? Like that's the thing. Like being modern allows me to dictate the lifestyle that I live, the way I want to do things.
Right. I mean, I would love to be a traditional. Who wouldn't want to stay home and be a housewife? I mean, I would love to be
I'm ready to cook.
Right, I'm ready to cook. Like, I'm gonna stay home. You're gonna take care of me. Like, what woman don't want that? What woman don't want to be a traditional?
It's women who don't want that. It's women who don't want that. It's women who are fine with going out and doing what they got to do and living like they want to live. It's definitely women that's like that. Like
until they get tired of it, though. They gonna get tired of being the modern woman. They gonna get tired of that. They're gonna be like, damn, like when am I gonna stay home, and when is somebody gonna take care of me? I mean, that's what it is. It's family, like family taken care of.
What? You right over there?
I see pizza boxes and shit.
That's his. You might as well put his finger up. That's the church finger, like right.
And Karen over there cracking up, and somebody here busting up laughing.
Right. So okay. So we're gonna go to the next topic, which hit the traditional woman. Would you submit if you were a stay-at-home wife? Yes.
I think you have to submit to be a stay-at-home wife.
Yeah, you have to. Like by choosing to be a stay-at-home wife, that's submission off top.
Yeah.
So you're
accepting whatever lifestyle they provide for you.
Right. And do we accept no? Right. I don't accept no. If I'm going to be a traditional woman and stay at home, I don't accept no. Everything I ask you, it better be a yes.
And that's what I'm saying. Like that's where that trust factor comes into play, because what happens when you are that stay-at-home mother or housewife, and then you have this man that's taking care of you, but you want things and he's like, no. Like, how does that work?
I mean, it shouldn't be.
You get put on an allowance or something like that. What if the allowance doesn't meet the standard, or no, that's not enough.
I was in a relationship where I was like Like I didn't work. I was on an allowance. Like it was like that. But I mean, that goes back to the agreement. Like what you have to make it enough. You have to make it work for you. If you're gonna decide to live that lifestyle. So like me, like the allowance I was given was great for what I needed to do. At the end of the day, he's still paying the bills. He's still taking care of things. So the allowance is just money. Like I was just stacking it. I was putting up. I was going shopping.
But we expect that though. You don't expect no more.
You have to make that like you have to make it enough for you, or don't enter into that situation if it's not enough. Like I'm not gonna say
I will never forget. You know that one man who tried to down my price, love. So we met this guy, right? And it was at one of the events we met him. Yeah. And it was cool and everything, but I'm like, obviously I know what because duh, I'm not dumb, right? But I know what I want. So let's make some shake, right? So we talked about it. We negotiated. We got down to a price because he was trying to like low ball. Sweetie, what? Right. I'm not doing $500 a week.
Right.
I'm not. $500 a week. $500 a week.
Just stay home though. Like we can make more.
Listen, no, that's your price. But for me, $500.
No, because the person makes all the difference. This is not somebody I'm going to enjoy being around. Also, I can tell you're going to haggle with me anyway. So no, we are not starting off there. We're not, especially because over time, guess I'm going to increase. So we got to start off strong, And I knew I was going to be there for one purpose and one purpose only. Like he clearly wanted to pay for a girlfriend. That's fine. But obviously he wants other things with that. And you're not going to get other things with that. It's just not going to come with that. So if you want to, you can customize an al carte and add some shit on there. It's going to cost you. For the girlfriend package is this much.
Contract.
For you. Yeah. Now, if you want to add on other stuff on top of that, yeah.
Well, he was paying all your bills. He was putting gas in your car. Like you didn't have to do nothing.
No, that's not it. That's what I'm saying.
It's just a one price. One price. You don't have to do all that.
Yeah, because first of all, I don't want to be around this man that much.
But if you want to
limit the interactions, so we're going to stick to my weekly payment because I don't want to do 500 because my thing is 500 doesn't really make sense, especially when you want me to be readily available. With my schedule, you guys know I make it, so it's fine. But at the same time, it's not really. I still have to know that I'm going to have money coming in.
Right.
And with him, I need at least $750 because you want me to be available when you're ready. That you're not paying my bills. I don't have that security net.
I'm using that money to pay my bills.
Okay.
Yeah, you're using that money to pay your bills.
Yes.
So
then
my bills and stuff too. Like so.
Right.
I want my stuff.
Part of it, right? Because the stay-at-home wife includes all of that. Like
that's the way you're trying to go.
Stay-at-home wife means I have no income unless I go out and create a hustle or another something else, but that something else it's not a contribution to the house is like where my mind goes with that. Being a stay-at-home wife is like literally my job. The one that I get paid for is to take care of home. Like I'm cooking, I'm cleaning, I'm making sure that when you come home
every night and every morning,
sure that I'm asking how was your day, and I'm catering to you as a man in this house, and that's what my income reflects, just that. So anything I do extra is extra. It has no bearings on the household itself. But you got to be able
but you shouldn't even go get a hustle though, because like you're a traditional wife.
Exactly.
Every time that you go out and hustle, that's taking time out from your man.
Exactly.
That's why being the stay-at-home wife is, I'm not saying it's not saying it's a sacrifice.
The man gonna be at work. Like he gotta.
I understand that.
My free time as a stay-at-home wife.
Yes.
I want to be able to go to the spa. Yeah. I want to be able to go to brunch.
And you're gonna pay for it.
Homegirls, exactly. Because
you're gonna pay for it.
Everything is going to be together.
Right.
Everything is going, house is going to be clean. The kids are going to be fed, all of that stuff, because I don't have anything else to do.
Right.
Like if you're paying for everything and you are footing this lifestyle that I enjoy, I'm going to make sure that you enjoy coming home and that everything is to your standard when you get there. So if that means realistically,
how much time do you think you're spending with a man that's providing this lifestyle that you want? Like realistically, how much time do you think?
He's a 9 to 5. So
No.
after that,
No.
you don't think he's a 9 to 5?
That's unrealistic. Like, okay, so y'all talking about allowance, him paying the mortgage, the car payments, the insurance, the buying the groceries.
It depends on what they do, though. Because, like, for instance, my mom, she's a nurse practitioner, right? She makes easily $100 an hour. Right. If my man is a nurse practitioner, he's easily making $100 an hour. He can do all of those things.
But how many hours you gotta work to provide this lifestyle, like for the lifestyle that y'all talking about living? Like the guy,
live above your means when you're choosing these things. So if you're like making a 6-figure salary, right? You don't have to have a 6-figure house. You can get you a under 6-figure house and revamp it to a 6-figure house, right? Yeah. You can do things, even cars. You don't have to have the nicest, newest car. You could just have your regular A to B driving car and then your nice car on the side that you bought cash. You can live a certain lifestyle by living under your means. You just have to know how to. It doesn't have to be, oh, this, that. And he's all doing all that. If you do it wisely and you do it smartly, that's how my mom is. They both have driving cars and they both have nice cars. They've always been like that. Right. They both have their mortgage for their beautiful house out in the freaking country, $600 damn.
I think the economy is making it a lot harder to have those traditional roles in which we are speaking of. I think now with inflation and the cost of living being as high as it is, it makes it that much harder to have a stay-at-home wife that do not contribute at all financially, because everything is so expensive. So unless you're making a 6-figure salary, it's almost, I don't want to say impossible, but it's really hard to be able to have that type of household.
Right.
Unless you're lucky, you can always find a way to live beneath your.
We have an Instagram comment. It says 9 to 5 is realistic for your lifestyle. You don't need to be a millionaire to make a stay-at-home wife.
You don't.
That's true. He wasn't a millionaire, but he worked more than 9 to 5. But his like, bro, it was just depending on what job you have. Like the jobs that he had.
If sex, okay, let's go to these one comment. So Josh asks, can traditional become boring? So High Moon says traditional isn't boring if the sex is nasty. Just saying. And then Josh came back and then he said, if sex is traditional, then I can't trust you. What if it's art malfunctioning?
A loveless marriage.
Exactly.
You talking about
if sex is traditional, then I can't trust you, ma'am. What if my sister are malfunctioning? What does that have to do with it being traditional?
Like, but what's traditional?
I'm gonna elaborate on that comment.
Yeah, elaborate on that comment.
Yeah,
but I think boring is you create boring or spicy. That is up to you. So I don't think it has anything to do with traditional or modern. If anything, I think modern might become boring before traditional because she's tired, she's working, she's doing all the day-to-day things that you were doing. So if anything is going to be boring, quicker is going to be the modern day woman because she's going to be burnt out quicker than the traditional woman.
So I can tell you right now, as someone who works in healthcare, once I get off that 12-hour shifts, especially overnight, I'm not sucking shit. The only thing I'm sucking is a fucking gummy and going to sleep. That's all I got. That's all I got.
Because I think the traditional woman have more time and she's more, it's one of those things where it's like, I'm going to do whatever I need to do to get him to wherever he needs to be because that's part of the role that I am assigned.
Right.
So, I think you go get bored quicker with a modern woman than you would.
Sure. And even the availability. If I'm traditional, my availability is up to your schedule. But if I'm modern, absolutely, we got to work around because love, my sleep schedule be all over the place. There's some days I don't work 1 week. There's some days I'm not even sleeping for 2 days straight because my work schedule's all over the place. So it's like, if I'm traditional, I have that availability. There's one guy, he was running away from me, girl. Scared. That's how crazy the sex life was. Because I had that availability. He couldn't handle it. Sex drive is too crazy. But when I'm working, obviously, I don't have that same energy. I just don't. I don't.
Love, her camera froze. She's trying to get it back started. So we can just keep talking. She got to put the questions up, but her thing went out.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do agree on what Keisha said. Like the modern woman definitely will get boring quicker because she on the go. She get up early, she go to sleep late. She got a lot going on. So. Yeah.
I mean, and it's kind of weird because it's half just because of the openness. So, like, when you get in the bedroom, you might have more fun with that modern woman because of the aspect of being more open and being things that wouldn't be so traditional. But at the same time, how often are you going to get that?
True. Yeah, that's a good point. Definitely. Great point.
Yeah.
So, I'm going to kind of pre-ask this question, but okay, welcome back. So I just kind of pre-asking this question, like, so individually, like, do you consider yourself modern or traditional? Like, I think Love kind of already answered. Like, she said she's a traditional modern woman. But like, what?
I know that's right, Jazz.
I think I'm forced to be a modern woman. I'm a forced modern woman with traditional values.
Okay, forced. I like that.
Right, so that kind of goes back to like what Love was saying, as far as like when you don't have a choice, you gotta do what you gotta do, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Modern women might want to consider an ethical polydynamic. There's a way.
Tag me and Coach.
You're stupid.
All right, so you consider yourself modern or traditional?
It's so hard because it's frustrating because y'all know one thing about me, especially growing up in the household, type of household I did, being a traditional woman is 100% me, but it's like, how can I be traditional? I don't even have a partner, but I'm definitely a traditional woman at core, 100%. But I've been single for 4.5 years, so we're very modernized. We're very modernized over here.
So for me, I think pretty much the same, like what both of y'all said. So like I have traditional values. Like I don't want to be, I would stay at home a little more, but I still want to be able to make my own and do what I need to do. So I think I'm like a modernized traditional woman, like at heart, because like I'm still gonna cook, clean, make the plates. I don't have small kids or whatever, but I'm still gonna take care of home, but I'm gonna get to my back.
Right.
All right, what we got, Love?
Read the private message.
Oh, all right. So we do have our male guest. He finally made it. Let's welcome Matthew. Come on in.
Welcome.
He logged off, but I told him.
Get your ass back in here.
I'm nervous.
Well, let's answer this question before you come on. Would you communicate with your man that you want to cheat?
I don't think I've ever had that.
Or modern woman.
Right.
I mean, no, so I wouldn't communicate that I want to cheat. I would communicate that I'm not happy. I would communicate.
Yeah.
If it's like, if you lacking something sexual, boring, you always going to sleep or whatever it is, I would communicate that I'm not happy. That doesn't mean I want to cheat, but it's just
right. Because why would you want to cheat?
Yeah.
What makes you want to cheat? Is it you just want to go out and experience other people, or are you cheating because you're not getting what you need?
I just want a guy.
Because some of us identify as open, so technically I'm not being. I would tell you, like, if I have another partner or somebody I'm interested in, or if I go to a play party, like, I would just do that. But if I'm in a a normal monogamous relationship, I would express the unhappiness, not that I want to cheat.
Right.
Well, the thing, so I just was talking to somebody who they were expressing to me how, I don't know, is it okay if I just like tag him in real quick?
Sure.
Yeah. I mean, he's been in and out anyways.
He's been talking the whole fucking time.
Anyways, I might as well just bring him on.
I'll talk off the camera.
Hold on. I recognize that voice.
You don't recognize me? Is
that Mr. Gray?
No, this ain't Mr. Gray. This ain't Mr.
Gray. Mr. 50 Shades of Gray.
This is Jerome.
Cut it out.
50 Shades of Gray.
Let me stop playing. What's the?
You might as well get in here now because at this point it's.
Yeah.
I'll be right here.
Come on in.
Hey, Brent.
Student.
Great.
So what's the question again? What's going on now?
About women
ask
cheating.
him the question.
What we just talked about.
So we mean like women cheating about what part about that?
Like remember how we were just talking about how you were in a relationship, cried allowance, all that, and like still it wasn't enough. So kind of that perspective from like the men.
Okay, yeah. So like I feel like a lot of women cheat like because they're not being taken care of how they want to be taken care of. They got certain expectations in the relationship, and they feel like you're not meeting those expectations. They're going to do what they want to do because they feel like I need more. And that's a lot of problem now with modern day women. They want more. They need more. And they're always trying to keep up with the Joneses.
So I think from that, it can be, but the reason that you need more or they're not meeting the expectation, for me, it's because it's your job to make the other person aware of the expectation or, because oftentimes the other person don't know what the expectation is or how to get the expectation. It's your job as the woman or the man to express what you need from that person. It's like we want to give our partners these requirements and these responsibilities of knowing how we feel or how we want to be loved or, what we want without giving them the roadmap to get there. It's like, figure it out. And then we want to hold them accountable instead of holding our
standards that we never communicated
of something that we have never communicated with them, at least to a point of understanding. It's like, I'm not happy, but you're not communicating what makes you happy. You're not communicating how for that person to allow themselves to get you to a place of being happy. Because half of the time, a motherfucker don't know. You don't even know how to make yourself happy. So how do you expect for this person to be able to come in and make you happy? And that's emotionally and sexually. Like you don't know what makes you happy or where your sexual height is. You don't know. Mm-hmm. You don't know where you like to be touched or where you don't like to be touched for that matter. So it's like, how the hell is he supposed to know? Or how the hell is he supposed to know if you don't?
Honestly, well, the part of making somebody happy, nobody can make you happy. Your happiness is all about you. That's your happiness. If you're not happy, you have to find your own happiness. You got to find out what makes you happy. My job is to secure your happiness, to make sure you feel secure in your own happiness and what makes you happy. Like, all right, if you like going to the park and that makes you happy, I'm not taking you to the park enough to go be outside enough, then let me go ahead and make sure I'm able to do that and give you that freedom to do that, right? Mm-hmm. Now, when it comes to like y'all saying traditional and modern day woman, the traditional woman is not a realistic thing anymore because we don't live in that type of lifestyle anymore. We don't live in that type of world where we can say, oh, I want me a traditional woman, because a lot of women nowadays want freedom to do what they want. The traditional woman didn't go outside and hang out with her friends as much as she wanted to. She stayed at home. Mm-hmm. She cooked, she cleaned, she took care of the kids. She did this, that, and the third. That's not this world anymore. So everybody's trying to compare, oh, I want me a traditional man, I want me a traditional woman. Shut the fuck up. That's just not reality. That's not reality. Like, you get your woman nowadays, she's going to want to go out with her friends and have drinks.
Like, we're modern women with traditional values. Traditional values are still a thing. Like, it is. So, yeah, we can be modern women. All of us are modern women, but we all can have or possess traditional values. Like you said, it may not be as common anymore in 2024, but the values are still there. The opportunities are still there for sure.
I think the dynamic changes as far as going outside, what that looks like. We want to see now in 2024, going outside is going out at night. But the traditional woman, they went out. They just went out
tea parties,
for brunch. They did tea parties. They did things during the day. Their husbands were at work.
Right.
They hung out and did all of the same things. Right. It's just, when did it happen?
Right. That's very exactly. But most modern women, they want to go out at night too without their man.
That's the younger woman, because this 40-year-old woman want to go out, and during the day I want to be at home by 12. I'm like Cinderella.
By 12, I want to be at home by 10.
Cinderella me. Get me home by midnight.
I'll be home the next morning, baby.
Sarah, this is my thing though. Y'all talking about allowances and stuff like that.
I want to go out, get drunk, and be home.
My
man gonna be working third shift. So
we got to figure out what works.
My man gonna be working third shift.
Ever do? No.
I had a woman who had an allowance. She had an allowance every week.
Mm-hmm.
All the bills are paid. She had an allowance every week. I told her whatever she wants to do within that allowance. And your job, I give you the money to pay the bills. I'm giving you the money to help you manage the bills because I can manage it myself. But if I ever die or pass away or something, I go to jail or anything, you need to be able to manage the bills without me, right?
Yeah, but she's a traditional woman. She has nothing really to do. She should manage the bills. You know what I'm saying?
My job is to, here's access to the money. Mm-hmm. You already have your own allowance already sent to you. Now, manage the bills on your own. If you're telling me the bills aren't paid, I'm looking at you like, hey, why didn't you pay the bill?
Now, is the money still there, or she just didn't do it?
What you mean? You say it again?
You said the bills aren't paid. I said, is the money still there, if she just didn't do it, or
the money's not there because she used the money. She used the money. She used the money from outside of the bill for the bill money to do some more fun money. You add it to the fun money. I'm like, you're messing up.
That's a whole different show right there.
Yeah, you definitely fumbled that one. But no, but you know what? I saw something on Instagram, and it was a good point where a woman, she was a traditional woman, a stay-at-home wife, and her husband did everything. When I say he did everything to the point where she didn't even know how to pay bills.
Exactly.
He paid all the bills. She had no idea how to pay the bills. And when he made it a joke, like, you have to do this. And she's like, what do you mean? Like, no, I don't. Why would I? He's like, in case anything ever happened to me. She's like, yeah, don't let anything happen to you because no, I'm not. She was so serious. Right. And it was so cute. But then at the same time, it was like, damn.
Right. Like
that's crazy to me as a person who that's what I do. I was like, damn, like, oh, that's so cute and sad. All at the same time. Like, she don't even know how to pay a bill.
The level of leisure that is.
Yes. That was the cute part about it. But the sad part was if something truly happened to that man, she would be
No.
She would be fucked up.
It was nice to meet you too, honey.
All right.
So we have a question. Did men ruin women? Hold on. Did men ruin women? Why are women less affectionate now?
They did. Because when you think about it, okay, so think about the history between becoming from traditional to more modern.
Yeah.
And in the process, we saw grandfathers and fathers and male figures who were Rolling Stones slip outside the house and did everything else be in that household and is not even close to being related to work. Having seen that, having known that, understanding that, and then also growing up and having relations with people who did those same things you saw, you're going to be less affectionate because you know they're hoeing. Mm-hmm. You know their body is not exclusive to you because if it was exclusive to you, you would be all over it. Naturally, you are, you know? But with knowing how men can be, knowing how men are, yeah, women over time are going to be like, I don't need to be affectionate or intimate and do, things with you that I want to do because it's not exclusive. And I don't want to put myself in a position where I'm hurting myself by doing something that comes natural to me. Mm-hmm. Hurt me because I'm doing this with you. So yeah, I think men absolutely have ruined that for themselves. Women are absolutely less affectionate because it's not because we don't want to, it's just because we can't.
So I think for me, that's situational. Like some men I'm not affectionate with, and other men I'd be like, let me wear your shirt while you wearing your shirt. Like I want to be right. Yeah, I think it depends on the person. Like it depends on y'all's connection or whatever situational. Like I came from a broken home. My father had another family. I seen my people do all this other shit, whatever. They ain't got nothing to do with me. I don't That's just my part. Like, so yeah, just to me, it's situational. Like it is. It just.
I think it's a situational experience as well, because I think when back in the day when men was out, Papa was a Rolling Stone, that situation, I don't think that's necessarily what created that block in marriage, because women stayed with their men. It was like, you were my man. I'm not going anywhere. We're doing this.
Wash and dry.
Whatever you doing over there is what you're doing, but they took care of home to the point where it was like, she's not going anywhere, but she wasn't, necessarily less affectionate. I think what created the less affection is becoming the modern woman. We're always working. We're tired. You working a full-time job. You working a part-time job. You going to school. You taking care of your kids. You doing all of these things, and now, like, you're tired. I think that's what creates the less affection for people who actually like each other. Outside of actually liking somebody, I think it's just that. Like, but the people, you just don't like everybody, and when I don't like you like that, I don't really want. Yeah, don't touch me. I can't in that way.
People was less affectionate back in the day, like how we are today. How, like, you never seen your people sitting on each other's lap, holding hands, being all smoochy, kissy. How people be like, I posted that thing the other day, that girl taking a nap, her boyfriend's hoodie and all that.
Oh, I do. My mom and her husband, she calls him daddy. That's his name.
I love
his name is not Michael, it's daddy.
To me,
my family's Caribbean. Yeah. So
I feel like men we like to be affectionate and everything, right? But we got seen as the affectionate men who like to do stuff for their women got put in the category as being corny, right?
Yep.
So if a guy brings a woman flowers, right?
He is
first date. Let's say it's the first date. Yeah, they call him a simp. I buy you flowers on the first date. A woman like,
that's a real man, depending on the type of woman.
Why are you bringing flowers? Okay, this thing is cute. Next thing you know, they throw it in the trash. Right?
I do need some new flowers.
Flowers over here on my table dying.
But like, a lot of dudes in that category is simple and corny, right? So say ladies nowadays have multiple men for different categories, right? We'll have a man, you'll have a man for, I want to come over and have him fix some shit for me. Or I want to have a guy, this other guy's gonna be the guy who's taking me out because he looks better than the other guys. He's the aesthetic. He looks great. He's my arm candy. He can do this. He can't do nothing. He can do other things, but I don't need him to because or want him to because he looks good on my shoulder. I don't want to lose him because he looks good when we go out together, right? You get the other guy who's gonna come over and fix shit for you. He ain't the most handsome man, or you don't really find him really aesthetically pleasing for everybody else who want to see him. So y'all lose that. So it's say some men messed it up for women, but a lot of the women too has to take accountability for the fact that they allowed these men to mess them up.
Yeah, because if you say
to me, being affectionate is my culture. Asians aren't really affectionate. I mean, like me, I'm not, So that's where I get a lot of, like, I'm traditional in a way where I take care of the household. I do that, but I just don't cuddle. That's just not what I was taught.
Don't even cuddle. Don't even come my way. You hear me? Listen, I'm telling you, if you don't want to cuddle, don't come my way. Like I said,
I hate cuddling. I hate touch. Don't touch me.
I have to really, really like you. If I don't like you like that, I am irritated as hell. If you want to, like, kiss and no, honey, I don't want none of that. I gotta really, really like you.
So I'm gonna introduce our next guest here. This is Matthew.
Off camera, man.
Matthew, answer this question. We're talking about affectionate. Did men ruin women? Why are women less affectionate now?
Throw me in the fire, huh? All right.
Hey.
We've already answered it.
I mean, I really can't really speak on that because I guess I pick when I run into somebody, I'm looking for, I'm not the woman that's already seemed like she's scarred and all that. I'm probably moving forward anyway. So I'm the wrong person to ask about that. But if, in my opinion, though, like I'm moving past it. Like I'm not, if you already look like you ain't on what I'm on, and that's not being loving, I don't want to fuck with you anyway. Anybody on here?
It's a preference. Some people like it and some people don't. Some people are taught it and some people are not affectionate by nature because they were never taught to be affectionate. Like they don't hug their children. They don't want to hug and be cuddled with their partner. I think that's a learned behavior. And I don't think it's necessarily have anything to do with like healthy relationships or anything like that, or being toxic or scarred. It's just really, I'm just not into that. You know, you can be healthy in all other ways, but like Love said, her culture doesn't allow her to be that person. Like, you know, so it's kind of like not toxic, but just
this is what I know.
Right.
You know, everybody, and that's the thing. Like as people, we have the option to choose how we want to deal with people, and you might be a person that's very affectionate. So you will want someone who will be equally affectionate, because that if that's your love language, then you want to be loved in the language that you understand.
Right. So like, would it be hard? Would it be hard for a man if a man, he loves a traditional woman? I'm a traditional woman. Say I'm a traditional woman, and a man is a traditional man, but he wants that affection, and I can't give it to him. It's
not going to work.
It's not going to work.
I think that's where love languages come into play, because if a man's love language is touch and your love language,
I do everything that a traditional woman. So you just gonna leave me because I don't want to touch you?
Work, because depending on that man, he might not like that either. He's going to work. He works. Let's say he works 10-hour shifts. He works 5 days a week, right? He gets home. Maybe he doesn't want that. He just wants to fuck and have a good time and enjoy your company, and that's it. Yeah, it makes more sense. He might just be an introverted person who enjoys their person but doesn't enjoy that physical touch, because that's not always everybody's love language. So it could work. It just depends on the man that you're dealing with.
Right. That's what I'm saying. You have to love people in the language that they understand. If physical touch is if physical touch is a man's love language, you can't love him in your language. He's not going to understand it.
Yeah, you're right.
You know, he's not. And it's not that. Because this is my thing. When you're with a guy and they're like, "Oh, I love you," and it's like you love me the way you want to love me, not the way that I understand to be loved. And you don't understand, but you want me to be okay with the way you love me. No, I'm not. You don't get extra points for loving me the way you want to, because that's like speaking to someone that doesn't speak English. You're talking to them in English, and even though you may be saying the most beautiful things of the language, but if I don't understand it, then how can I be held? You know, I don't understand what you're saying.
Right. Agreed.
You have to talk to me in a language that I understand, and I think that's what love languages are.
Right. I really agree with that. That's a very great point, Keisha. I do. And since we have the men on, Brandon, Matthew,
who
answer this?
Jerome.
Would you rather have a modern or a traditional woman?
Brandon, you go first, man.
Hey, look, I'm gonna say this. It's hard to speak on both of those, because like a traditional woman nowadays won't have. I need the mindset, so this depends on the mindset. So if you got a traditional mindset, in this modern world, it's not really gonna work for real. That's how I see it. But then again, like a modern woman, you have a more understanding about how life is now. So yeah, I would probably want a modern woman with what she said earlier, traditional values. A modern woman with just traditional values. That's what I would like.
Right.
Like, understand your role as a woman to be in my place, in my lifestyle. How would I do? I want you like that. I want you to understand, like, hey, if you're gonna be with me, I want to. If I'm at home, if I'm at work all day and you're at home, you're not doing anything, I would expect to have some food when I come home.
Right.
I would expect to have the house being clean. Now, if you're at work and I'm at home, it should be vice versa. You should be able to have some food and the house should be clean when you come home. Right? So I would like a mix of both. You have the traditional values of a woman with the modern day mindset, because then you understand the type of things, the life that we're living in now. Because the traditional woman with a traditional mindset, she want to be thinking like, well, my man needs to be doing this, that, and the third for me, and I shouldn't have to do anything besides take care of him in the household. But like y'all said earlier, we live in this world now where how the economy is set up, unless a man is making like 6 figures, 100 grand a year is 6 figures, which isn't really a lot of money. Nowadays, you want to live a traditional lifestyle, you're going to at least make about 500. 500. You're going to have to make 500. If you want to live a traditional lifestyle where you be able to go on trips, you want to be able to enjoy the life of going out whenever y'all want to. Bills are paid, car notes paid, because everybody's going to have a car note. And most women nowadays, they want to have a luxury car. They want to have a nice aesthetic car.
That's a modern woman, though. Like now, I think traditional women be okay.
When I was a traditional woman, I drove a Range Rover. So like it depended on what lifestyle. It depended on what So when I was a stay at home and I had an allowance and this and that,
regular car is.
What did you say?
No, I'm so serious. Have you seen her car? Have you seen her truck? Coco. She don't even know what a regular car is. This guy's.
So can I chime in on that?
Yeah, go ahead, Matthew.
So I want to go back because I had some technical difficulties. So I'm gonna touch on this, but I want to go back a step before I get on here. We were talking about being submissive, right? So submissive, it's so confused sometimes. It sound like it should be the wrong word sometimes. I think people don't understand that. And to me, my partner being submissive to me, that's just her accepting.
He went out. Okay.
So what's submission to y'all?
I mean, submissive to me, meaning like submit. The word means submit. Like whatever he says, do. Like honestly, like whatever he says, do.
Reason though, like I mean,
is there a basis around being submissive? Like, are we as a woman? How do you choose? Who should women submit? Because for me, I am not submitting to a man that does not follow God. Because to me, if I'm submitting to you, who the hell are you submitting to? Who's leading you while you're leading me? So if you have to have a higher power.
He's a leader. I don't think he should. He's a leader. I don't think he should be submissive. I think the man should be dominant.
No. What I'm saying is submissive in the sense of
things, though. Yeah.
Oh, you're talking about separately.
Yeah. No, I'm talking about in life. Like a man needs to be dominant. If you want me to be submissive, you have to be dominant. Dominant means pays the bills, do everything do everything that I want. Like I'm literally staying at home for you. Like I could be out here running the streets, doing whatever I want and make the same amount of money as you give me. But if you want me to be your woman and be a stay-at-home mom, you're going to give me the exact or more. You see what I'm saying? Because I really could be on the streets. For real. I could be in the streets making the same amount of money.
But would you be happy in the streets?
If you want me to stay home, definitely you're going to take care of me. Honestly.
It's funny being happy to do different things.
Yeah.
Right. But that's what I'm saying. Like being a stay-at-home wife or whatever, but I'm talking about like being a submissive wife. Like when you're to me, to be a submissive wife means trusting that your husband is going to lead you properly, and I feel like a man has to follow God in order to properly lead his family, because if I'm submitting to you, you have to be submitting to God. Like who are you being ordered by? Who's ordering your steps? Put it like that.
Of course God is. Always.
Everybody doesn't think that though.
Everybody God is.
My fault, like I got cut out, but I agree.
Prayer to take care of my family. I bet you that man is praying every day that he keeps his job, praying every day he keeps his family together. Of course, it's always a higher power.
It's not always. A lot of people don't think that. I'm just saying for me, that is the basis of me being submissive to a man. That's the first thing I want to understand is what is your faith? Because I can't submit to you if you don't submit to God. If you are going to lead me and our family, who's leading you? How do I know where you're leading me? You're not about to lead me to the pits of hell.
But that's part of that. Like what I was just saying, it's that trust.
Yeah.
It's that trust. It's like and I think people don't really understand that about the submissive part. Like it sounds so bad if you don't understand it, because it's not a controlling thing. Because like before I got cut off, what I was trying to say is I want my wife to submit to me, but obviously only if she trusts me. Because I ain't got time to go back and forth if we in the heat of it. We can have a conversation about it and talk. Like I don't mean submit and what I say go, but when it comes down to it and I put my foot down, I need to know that you like, yo, I trust you. It's your decision. We're gonna roll with it. But then with that being said, I don't want my partner to lose her identity or her freedom. So submissive doesn't mean sit at home and do this. And a lot of men do use that. This a lot of men gonna feel some type of way when I say this, but it be that insecurity in themselves, where it's not that they don't want their woman, they want a woman to be a traditional woman per se and sit in the house and clean and cook. They scared that they gonna go to work and another man who is her boss, she gonna be listening to him do this, and she might leave the house because this man is attractive, or they trying to control it in that sense or whatever. So now they want to keep them in the house or whatever. For me personally, no, baby.
They always think submission is in the bedroom. Like it's so much more like to submission than it being sexual. It's not only sexual.
For sure.
It's emotional, it's financial, it's more to it than sexually. Like submitting.
It's not just you telling me what to do. That's not submission. And that's what a lot of men think is, oh, I'm the head of the household. You go submit to me, meaning you go do everything that I say, which is fine. But I have to trust that what you're telling me is going to be right. I have to know that you are good with paying bills. I have to know that you are good. You are a good leader. You know what I'm saying? Every man wants a woman to submit. But it's like you can't even lead your own life. Right. So how the hell you gonna lead somebody else's?
And also too,
and that's because you have no guidance.
Here's the biggest thing about this. Majority men and women think that the submissive part is only for the woman, but you're as a man, I have to submit to my woman as well. And because it's a mutual respect. Submission is a mutual respect. So yes, the woman I believe she should submit to me, but I have to submit to her in certain ways too. There's things that I have to submit and understand and respect. If we're talking about, you don't want me to step out, you don't want me to cheat, you don't want me to, the woman next door always flirts with me or whatever, and you don't want me to speak to her because you don't feel comfortable with that. That's me submitting to respecting what you want. And that's another thing people get that confused with. They think that submitting is a gender role or a masculinity thing or a control thing, when again, the most important of that is that y'all got an eye to eye and a mutual respect.
Right.
And that goes to when you say, do I want a modern or traditional woman? I prefer a traditional woman. Every relationship that I've been in the past, well, women that I've dealt with, I'm gonna honestly say in the past 10 years that really meant something to me were traditional women, but they also were still modern in a sense of independence. They drive on what they want to drive. You don't have to be traditional and not you can drive a Range, you can drive whatever, you can have that house on the hill, whatever, and you can still be a modern woman, because really to me the modern thing is morals, and it's what your family installed into you and what your parents did. Like moral is like taking care of me and my manly needs, because in the same token, I can come home and I can cook a meal. I enjoy cooking. I enjoy cleaning. This is my my morning routine. I clean. I don't need my woman to clean or whatever the case may be. Like I go to work and I come home, I need all this cleaned or whatever. I can do these things too. That don't make me any less masculine because I go clean the house. That's just what I enjoy. So the same thing, baby girl, she want to ride a Bentley. She can ride a Bentley. That don't make her traditional. She's moving around in traditional ways. But I think like now in 2024, I think those definitions have changed. I think that the modern woman and the traditional woman has changed a bit.
Yeah. So I think that just like all sums up, like ties together what we all said, like we're modern women with traditional values.
Yeah. And I do agree to put that. I do think that a traditional woman, a traditional woman can still have modern ways and still 100% be a traditional woman in my eyes.
So with that being said, how would you know what is what, like traits of a traditional woman?
Man,
go ahead.
Go ahead. Well, you
Go ahead.
know,
I want you to say.
How do you know though? How do you know?
You know, it's first. So first of all, it's individual. It's gonna be individual. It's gonna be what I personally need. You know, and like I give you an example, man. For me, a traditional woman when I come home, when I walk in my house, when I walk out of the house, I'm battling everybody. You got the police for as a black man, police at my neck. You got you can't even walk down the street with possibly somebody trying to rob you. You got if you're in corporate America or entrepreneurship, you got somebody doing this and doing all
100%.
that. It's too much shit going on out here where I'm constantly I'm
Yep.
on I'm on my I know he feeling me right now because he know what we go through. We constantly on a swivel. So when I come through that door, like we constantly at battle with the world when we outside. So when I come in, my traditional woman, my modern woman soothes my pain. She's my Ritalin, if that make any sense. I've been on 10 all day. As soon as I
Yep.
come in, I
Yep.
can be I can be soft and I'm okay with it. I can
You
lay
know
down,
what?
lay my head on her. I can whatever. I feel good. And
That's
then
your safe place.
that's
A
my
lot of
safe
men, we
place
outside on defense mode all day. We on defense
all day
mode.
long. Yeah, yeah. And it's like, I just had this conversation earlier with my brother. As men, we don't get enough love. And it's like we don't get it from our peers.
Nope.
We don't
Nope.
get it from our friends. We don't say it to each other. A lot of niggas like dap you, I love you, bro. They say that shit more so because it sound cool more than they actually do really care. You know what I'm saying? So as a man, we don't really get a lot of love, and then that's where that modern woman comes in because she actually give us that love. You know what I'm
So
saying? Like
do you think that you can get that same type of
the
love that you're
modern.
describing from a traditional woman?
No.
Why? Because I think what makes a traditional woman is what we say at first. Like we talk about traits of a traditional woman. I think traits of a traditional woman is going back to the core, like being modest, like being a homemaker, being like these are traits. Like what makes her traditional is the fact that she is more into her home, into loving her man, into being,
She was
like
taught that from the beginning.
right. These are the things that she probably saw her mom doing. These are the things that she's at home, so she's taking care of the kids. She's like it's traditional, like she's adhering to
It's gonna be here.
culture and customs, that type of stuff. That's what makes her traditional. She's more into and willing to be a homemaker, like primarily, like that's her primary part. Her primarily goal is to be a homemaker, is to tend to her children, to tend to her man, to make sure the things in the home is taken care of versus, oh, I'm go out here and help you make this money. I think that what makes a trait of a modern woman is, she wants the equal rights of a man. That's what makes us modern, is the fact that we are navigating away from being traditional as far as staying in the home and gender roles, because gender roles say that women are supposed to be at home taking care of their man, cooking, cleaning, having sex and
2 to 3 times a day.
You doing all the shit that they say women are. That's the traditional. To me, that's what traits of a traditional woman.
And one thing to piggyback off of that too, and this might be a whole nother topic, whatever, but I feel like a traditional woman as a traditional man doesn't make excuses. And it's kind of fucked up because men we're not allowed to make excuses. You know what I'm saying? That's, like I said, that's a whole other topic, because women can make, in this day, they can make every excuse in the world why they're hard, why they're independent, why they're traditional. But as soon as a man say, I couldn't do this because of this, we ain't shit. We
Shut the
ain't
fuck up. Get
providers. We can't make no fucking excuses. But anyways, a traditional woman and a modern man ain't making no excuses. So if you want to go out and get that bag as a traditional woman, it shouldn't be an excuse why you didn't take care of home. Like,
that's when you cross the line from being traditional to modern, because as a traditional woman, you ain't worried about the bag.
Right.
That's what I was saying when I said earlier, we as women, we pick and choose when it's convenient to be traditional or modern, because as soon as you go out to get that bag, you have just crossed over from being a traditional woman to a modern woman. And that's, so I think like everybody,
but I gotta disagree just a
all the
bit.
women on this panel, we are modern women with traditional values, but we are
There
not
you go.
traditional women. We're not
I feel you
traditional
on
women
that.
because we are going out here getting that bag. We want to be treated just like any man that's doing what we doing. You know what I'm saying? So I have traditional values, but I'm very much a modern woman because I'm going to get the bag. I'm taking care of my kids. I'm taking care of home and everything out there.
But hold on, you want to be treated like a man because you out here getting the bag.
No, I don't want to be treated like a man. I don't want to. What I'm saying
you want to be treated fairly.
You right, but see,
okay.
Traditional women didn't. Traditional women wanted to be taken care of solely by the man. They did not want. Right. They didn't care about money because the man took care of them. The man provided for them. So traditionally, women stayed home and took care of their children, and that was it. They did not go and get jobs and care about making money or going to school. They didn't do any of that. None of that was a thing traditionally. That you didn't start doing that until you became modern. That's a more of a modern thing.
Right. Because if I'm a traditional woman, I'm not going to worry about where you get the bag from. I'm not going to worry about excuses. Ain't no excuses, you know.
Ain't no excuses.
Because men can't make no excuses. We already know. We already know. Y'all got all the excuses in the world, but we can't make one.
No, because if you want a traditional woman with traditional ways, if you want a traditional woman with the traditional ways, like I just got to make sure the kids taken care of, the house taken care of. I mean, like we love you and all, but you know, like we can't.
But here's the interesting thing apart. Half these chicken heads out here on Instagram with the 100 million followers, they traditional in the sense of they want to be taken care of, but ain't shit done in the house. Ain't shit going on.
That's the stupid guy. Then I mean,
what are they called? What are they called? What are they called then? Because they ain't doing shit.
They called exactly what you just called them.
Chicken heads, man. Chicken heads.
Right here, okay. So answer this, because as someone who's saying like they want a traditional woman. Are you a traditional man? Because that's where the no excuses part comes into play. Because no, as a man with a traditional woman, you cannot make excuses because she is dependent upon you solely. There's no other way around. Her
all I was saying was we can't.
Dependent upon you.
All I was saying, we can't.
You definitely can't with a traditional woman. If you have a traditional woman, no, you absolutely cannot make excuses.
Make it happen.
Without you, she has nothing.
And this is where I said earlier, sometime I was traditional until I had to survive. When I found out my man couldn't get the bag anymore, I had to come and survive. I had to do that. That's when I turned into a modern woman.
And like, that's what I'm saying. Sometimes we are forced to be modern women.
Right. It's about survival. Like you can't make no excuses. This is what you wanted. Fuck y'all feelings.
Let's talk about the pros and cons of being a modern woman.
Okay. Yeah.
Pros and cons of being a modern woman. So at the end of the day, I think it's definitely a catch-22 because you want to be a modern woman, you want to hustle, you want to do all these things, but then a man get intimidated, or you want to be a man, he want to treat you weird, or he don't want to do stuff for you because he think you already got it, or you get these sassy men that they want to use you for your money and they want to, they want to drizzle and try and
drizzle.
So it's like it's dope to be able to get up and know, like, when I open my eyes, like, this is me. Like, I have a beautiful home. I drive the car that I want. I got, I take care of myself. It's beautiful, but it's also, it can be intimidating or it can be weird because people think like, oh, she got it. And they don't want to treat you
right
traditionally because, like me, yeah, I go outside, but I go outside because I have businesses to run. I have to go. I have to market. I have to talk to people.
Right.
I mean, baby, I don't want to be outside, but if I don't go outside, how does this business run?
Right.
If I don't get up and go get it, like, how do these things work? So I think like the treatment that could potentially come from men is probably one of the biggest cons because, like I said, they look at you and they think like, oh, like you want to be a man or you want to act like this or do that, and then they don't want to treat you, they don't want to wife you because they intimidate or can't, they feel like they can't compete with what you already have or what you're doing.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. So, you know, like situations like, yeah, we outside, we're being the modern woman, but when you do ask like question, like example, like you deal with the guy, like I dealt with the guy right now that I keep telling him, like, he's like, you're always outside. I'm like, well, I have to build my brand. I have to be out here. I have to network. I have to make money. You know, this is my money maker. Until you can be that traditional man to take care of a traditional woman, I would never be. I would never be. That's the pros and the cons of it. Like, I'm out here building my brand. Pros is building my brand. Mm-hmm.
It's about, you gotta have a balance. Like there's no way I can go outside like every day or every other day. It's not possible. You know what I'm saying? Like, yes, I want a successful business. I want to build my brand. I want to do these things, but I want to have a relationship. I want to have a home. I want to have like, you know, that too. So I feel like it's just like finding the balance. Like everything, you just got to find that balance for sure.
I want to say this real quick.
Okay.
On the traditional aspect, we live in the future now. We live in the present day time. Traditional, that's in the past. That's something that doesn't exist truly anymore. It doesn't really truly exist anymore. Traditional mindset, the traditional type of lifestyle that's being lived doesn't exist anymore.
I've seen it all the time.
I think I do.
Because let's hear me out. Hear me out. Listen. Let's hear me out. Hear me out. Somebody made it. If we're living off traditional lifestyles, the man worked all day and paid all the bills, right? And he didn't communicate his emotions to his woman, right? Do you want a man that doesn't communicate his emotions to you about what's going on to you, what's going on in his life? Do you want that? Or do you want somebody who's going to open up to you and talk to you, right? Or like, so that's the question. That's the real question. Like, you want a traditional man, and if you want a traditional man, you gotta understand that certain things you're not gonna get from that man anymore. You're not gonna get that emotional.
I mean, that's not true. It depends on
I don't think so either.
You don't think so? I'm saying
I don't think that has anything to do with communication. Communication has nothing to do with traditional or not.
Traditional men, to being taught by traditional men who told me certain things.
But certain things are going to be your nature. Because think about it. Okay, love. You didn't grow up in an affection household because that's your culture, right? Yeah. But some of your children are affectionate. Are they not? Because that's who you are. Yeah. That's literally who you are. There's some men who are absolutely nonchalant. There's some men who are not affectionate at all. And there's some men who absolutely love their woman down to the ground because that's how they are. No matter whatever their beliefs are, their values or any of those things. It doesn't matter because in their core, that's who they are. So they're going to take care of the household, take care of you emotionally, physically, financially, whatever comes with being a provider for your relationship.
That's what being a provider is.
That's how they show up for you.
Right.
That's totally separate.
And I think that's what people forget about being submissive and being a provider. Being a provider is so much more than just providing financially. Being a provider and being a leader is knowing that I am secure emotionally. I am secure financially. You're going to make sure that in all aspects of my life is taken care of. So communication is communication, no matter if you're modern or traditional. You can still have effective communication with your spouse.
Right. Sounds good. Well, let's change the subject a little bit. Let's get into the love, lust, lies portion of it. So, what about this, men? Who is the better lover? Modern women or traditional women?
I feel like it could go either way, honestly. So I think like a traditional woman, she's gonna do what, like, you can have your way with her because like she like the more you taking care of her, the nastier she gonna get. You know what I'm saying? Like, she gonna
aim to please all the time,
whatever you want, like, you know, within reason. Because now again, a traditional woman is not having no threesome, you know, having no girlfriend, right? But she gonna go live.
She gonna go right. But then she gonna do whatever you say, and she gonna, you know,
and she's open to play parties and threesomes and, you know, other things. Literally, you could go either way.
Yeah,
so like, because I think that can go either way too, because you can have a modern woman who's still not into the same thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just
a woman that's good. You know, she might fail in the bed. She worried about money and everything else. And she like,
stress.
Right. She just want to lay there and be stiff because she worried about everything else. So I really feel like it could potentially come down to the traditional woman because you're taking care of her 100%. She's gonna let
she's making love to you because that's what it is. She's making love to you because you're taking care of her emotionally, financially, mentally, everything. So that's all she's thinking about is coming home,
pleasing you.
She's thinking about you coming home and she giving you the business because that's all. She don't have to worry about the bills. She don't have to worry about none of that. So you giving her a stress-free life, and guess what? She's gonna give you stress-free sex, right?
Well, I agree.
So why do? So why do you think they cheat?
I don't know because I don't.
You know,
better, are we talking about better or like pleasing? Because just because she giving it, that don't necessarily make it better. You know what I'm saying? Like, or do it better. Because what if she just?
We're talking about quality.
I think he's all
stuck. Like literally, like just she's not that good.
What?
But she's trying. You know.
When I was a traditional woman, it was my duty to make sure he was happy. It was my duty to make sure my legs were spread wide for him. You know what I'm saying? It was my duty for that. I knew what I was doing every day. Like every day was the same sex, different ways. Like it sort of do get boring time after time. But being a modern woman these days and being open relationships and having sex partners, or not like at the same time, you guys, not really multiple. Right. I mean, unless you're doing a threesome or something. But anyways, but I think modern sex with modern women are probably more exciting because there's no emotions into it. Like most men love to fuck the shit out of somebody they don't have to see tomorrow. True?
Maybe.
Yeah. To be true.
That's what they said. Like the mistress. Like people fuck their mistress. Like you will go and fuck. Okay, say your mistress like anal. Your woman don't like anal. So I mean, to me, when I was a traditional woman, it was sort of boring, but I still had to do whatever he said because I'm gonna make love to you. I do love you, but sex was boring to me with a traditional, relationship.
That's fun with me because I just like fun sex, but
like what?
Camera, tell me if they sound staticky.
Oh, well.
What's up? What'd you say?
All that noise. No, I was saying that I think the sex for me wasn't like when I was in my relationship, it was never boring because I don't like boring sex. I have to have sex. Like I have to be involved. I have to want to do what I'm doing. And like, shoot, you've seen some stuff, love. I was over the bed upside down.
That's us modern women. We could watch each other.
Right. Yeah. But this is me as a traditional woman. Like once he gets home, and I think that was the day he said I had a good day and gave me 500.
Right.
At home, my hand was full. I said, "Oh,
yeah,
I'm gonna show out. I'm gonna show out.
I need my allowance, baby. I need my allowance."
And what's crazy? Even in that relationship, like that wasn't even allowance. It was just like, here you go, just because. Baby.
So more money, more pussy, right?
Well, it's
more money, more pussy.
No, like knowing you're being taken care of, that does not make you want to show out. Like knowing like that person is they want to make sure no matter where you're good.
Right.
Like, hey, like this is just for you, like just because.
That's what I'm saying. Like
baby,
right.
So modern women get that or can get that?
I mean, I think so.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
I just think it's because modern women can still make their world about their man in the same way. It's just we are chasing the same things that they chasing for the most part. Like we want to go to work, we want to do all this other stuff. So if you got a modern woman who still is a pleaser
Yeah.
She's gonna do all of that shit and still make sure her man is sexually satisfied.
But she's
So
less.
she's going to she doing tricks. She's going to the strip club with her man. She's doing all of that shit. That's going, and I think sex is just about knowing what your partner like. What do he like? Like what do he want? Whether you modern or traditional, it's knowing what he wants and fulfilling that.
Yeah. But being a modern woman and having to work and all that stuff, like you're less accessible. Yeah. Less accessible. You see what I'm saying?
Take time though. Like me personally, I have a friend. He's very busy. I'm very busy. But when we say, hey, Tuesday, I'm gonna go to work. I'm gonna get off work. I'm gonna cook. I'm gonna do it. Like it's gonna I make time. Even if I gotta stay until 6 and then gotta get up at 7, it was worth it. Like I'm saying, like make time.
You just do what needs to be done.
It needs to be done. Period. Absolutely. Yeah. So I think less accessible. Like you're choosing to be less accessible. Like if you want somebody or want their attention or want their affection or want to be around them or want their dick or whatever it is, you're gonna make yourself accessible. Period.
Sounds good. So we got a half hour to the podcast, and I want to stem into this because I've talked to a lot of men this week about this subject, like modern women and traditional women. So they brought up American women versus foreign women.
I was just about to ask that I missed that part. I swear I was.
No, I saved the best for last for you, Matthew. Explain.
Oh, for me. Well, man, I hate to do the whole American versus foreign thing because I think me and you had a discussion of this as well. You can still find a good, wholesome, traditional woman in America.
Yes.
I think everybody here from Cleveland, other than Love, am I right?
Mm-hmm.
It's a little rougher to find that up north. And like I don't want to get all into the history lesson, but we were a free state, so people a little bit more faster and slick at the mouth and on a little bit more bullshit up north, while down south, you had people still in slavery and all the above who had to be more humble for a lot longer, and then there was those cultural things installed in them and like how. So I think if you go southern, you can still find good, wholesome. I'm not saying you can't find. Don't start jumping on me now. I'm not saying you can't find it up here. But
so I know what you're talking about. I'm from down, so I know exactly what you're talking about.
I'm up from here, and I agree. I agree wholeheartedly. It's just different.
Southern belles and northern women. It's a huge difference.
And I think that's just like, it's the way they're being raised. I want to say it's almost like. Because if you go down south, most of the time they're like 2-family households. They're loved, they're raised in
30-year
love.
marriage.
Sometimes you got to understand people were people raised on love or were people raised on survival? Oftentimes when you raised on survival, you don't have all of that. I want to love. I want to listen. I want to shut up and hear everything. You know what I'm saying? You just like take off. Everything's offensive to you. Mm-hmm. It's just down south. They just nice. They're nicer people. Yeah. It's almost like it's just, I don't know. And then you got the foreign aspect. People just want what they don't really have access to. So it's like, oh, I want a foreign woman because everybody don't have a foreign woman. It's almost like you won the jackpot.
I don't think that's it. When people think about foreign women, they think about like me, myself. When I ask men why they want a foreign woman, the first thing is I never had one, right? So they expect something different. But the second thing why people wanted foreign women because they said foreign women take care of their man.
We're gonna talk after.
And I want to touch on that too because as a man, I actually have had real life relationship, like not just, I ain't talking about just fucking around. I'm talking about being in love, actual relationship with a foreign woman. And a lot of that stems from, again, culture and when you're brought up, because for instance, like in Latin America, like the women of the house, even starting at the age of 12, 13, 14, they're starting to cater towards the house. They're cleaning, they're cooking whole meals, they're serving the house, and by serving, I don't mean in a bad way, but they're it's not they're being groomed, they're being taught how to be a woman and to take care of your home at an early age, to where when it hits 18, 19, 20, and they find a man, because at this point they're doing out of being taught, they're doing it out of nature, and then when they find that man, when they find us, the man that they submit to, it's second nature for them to just to serve you, to fix your food, to clean the house. It's not like, it's just like when a woman get up and brush their teeth and wash their ass. It's not a chore. It's not like, damn, I gotta cook dinner again. You don't say, damn, I gotta wash my ass again. You know what I'm saying? Because this is what you were brought up to do. So the most foreign, and a lot of that just got to go, because a lot to do with a lot of foreign homes are tight knit versus here in America, man. We so all over the place, like against each other almost. I hate to say that, but so many like families are against each other, and we're not being families.
Yeah. Like I said in my couple of podcasts before, I said I was always taught by my mom, like, hey, make sure you cater to the man. Make sure the man is king. Make sure it's always instilled in my ear. The man is king. The man is this. The man is that. Man is that. In turn, I hear some from American women that's like, you got to be independent. You got to make sure you're taken care of. You got to make sure there's no men in the what they're saying, because they're a single house, family or whatever. Yep. So you have to survive.
You left out niggas ain't shit. Niggas ain't shit. You left that part out.
No, but I'm just saying. But I myself, as a cultured woman, was always taught that, because my mom was like that. Then, like,
can we ask how old? At what age can you remember that? How far back? At what age can you remember your mother giving you this talk?
That's 5 or 6. Like, I had to serve.
There we go.
You see what I'm saying? Like, even
so
growing up,
it's second nature.
It's second nature. Any man that comes in the house, like, we sit on the floor. Like, men is always king. We was always taught, like, I don't know if you guys ever noticed, like, when I sit down, I always sit on the floor. Like, it's just second nature to me. You know what I'm saying? So, and I think, like, when like, I ain't gonna lie, like, the last guy I was with, I was in the shower with him or whatever, right? And he was like, out of all the time, I was his first foreign woman. Out of all the times, like, I have never had nobody wash me.
That's normal. I do that. That's normal.
Right. And I was like, what? He was like, American women don't do that. I said, I know a couple American
wrong ones. Like, I love it.
And that's just kind of what it is, because even though a lot of women wasn't taught that men are king, I think it's part of like breaking generational curses at the same time for American women. You have to see that didn't work for your mama. That didn't work for your grandmama. Like, at what point do you say, hey, baby, I respect you, I love you, mom, but you ain't had a man, and God knows when. That shit don't work. You have to just resort to what works for you. And sometimes it's about researching and figuring out what that looks like, or finding the people that actually do those things that you was not taught to do. I think it really is a cultural thing, because they are taught that as young ladies, how to treat a man, because they're grooming, and I am gonna say the word grooming. They're grooming their daughters to be wives. So we're teaching our daughters how to be mothers and how to be women, but we're not teaching our daughters how to be wives. We're not teaching our sons how to be husbands. We're teaching them what we want them to be for us. Mothers don't want to see their sons be anything other than their sons, and their daughters, you want your daughter to be not get played. You want your daughter to be this, this girl that's just independent. And so we're not teaching them how to be a wife. We're teaching them how to be an independent woman, which is doing what?
Right.
So I know, like, with me, everything that I do, or everything, like, for me, this is self-taught. I'm not mimicking my mom. I'm not mimicking my grandmother. I do this because this is what works for me. This is what I feel like I should give to my person. So when I'm rubbing your feet or washing your back or fixing your plate or whatever it is, like, this is self-taught. Like, this is something that I want to do, like, off of, I feel like you deserve it, so I give it to you.
Do you do it all the time, Coco? Question.
All the time, absolutely. Like, if I'm dealing with
your man.
Yeah. If you come over here, take your shoes off. I, like, every single time I will do the same thing. I will cook. I will fix your plate. I will pour your drink. I will put your dishes away. I will like all of it every single time. No question.
Are you single, Coco?
Yes. By choice, though. Choice. Yes, I'm single by choice though. So like, am I open to a relationship? Absolutely. But right now I'm single by choice.
Okay. So what makes you make him a, you know, what would a man have to do to make you his woman?
Show up. Like show up. First of all, say something, like just be understanding, and just show up and be.
You want him to be a traditional man or a modern man?
I would rather have a modern man with traditional values. Absolutely. But I would say modern for sure. But
You want to be taken care of, or you want to go out in the world and do your thing?
If I had to choose, less like 60-40 it. Like, you know,
Okay.
I want to bring something to the table for sure. I want to be able to provide and, you know, be there. Like, let's get it together. So I was 60-40 for sure.
Okay. I'm assuming you the 40.
Yes, I would be the 40.
I want to go back to that traditional role. Like me living my life now, it's exhausting being single, but I love it, right? But I would love to go back traditionally and be the woman and stay home. I wanted to be
groans, massaging his feet, sit on his lap.
I want to be the soft one, but some of these men, like I said, aren't traditional no more.
Mm-hmm.
They're not traditional more. So why would you want me to be traditional when you can't even be traditional?
But you got to also understand what we up against. I'm hearing.
Who cares?
How many we got? We got 4 women on here.
Yes.
And like
we got
4 for 4. What y'all talking about is fucking rare. So you got to understand,
right?
When you catch a man like me, I know who the fuck I am. I ain't thirsty for no ass. I ain't like none of that shit. So I'm not gonna be so quick to just jump off and take care of something or however. I'm not simping out. And I hate to kind of use that word, but I mean, niggas simping out here. But the point is, it's a lot of women that want all the things that y'all saying, want all the things that you're saying, but are doing none of the above what you're saying.
Like what?
The entitlement of, let's talk about that list. You know how there was that list floating around? Oh, I can't go out to Applebee's, or I can't go to I can't go hold on, wait. I can't go out to coffee to, you know, like I don't do coffee. What kind of nigga take me on a coffee date? And it's just like, well, hold on. You know what I'm saying? Like you want all this shit. You want a nigga to take you to Marble Room or whatever, but I don't even know you, sweetie. And then you ain't got shit to offer, because then if I do take you to Marble Room, we go to the house, you just want to lay on your back. You don't even want to get on top. Your lazy ass done ate all the fucking, you done ate the most expensive steak, got all the sides and shit. Now you want to lay on your back and go ahead and and don't want to do shit. You don't want to go get the rag. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't even get a rag. I can't get the rag. And if I do get the rag,
why am I ever grabbing the rag?
If you do get the rag, sometimes the bitch might be cold because it's cold. It's cold because she don't even want to wait for the water to heat up.
Oh my God! What?
She's so lazy. She don't want to let the water heat up. She bring a cold ass rag. That's why.
Okay.
So this must have happened.
I'm sorry.
This must have happened.
Put her in a happy bag and throw her away.
Nah.
Damn.
I'm gonna tell you something. No, it ain't happened to me because I ain't letting it happen. I've been blessed. I have been blessed to have.
Know that traditional woman.
Because we talk like niggas talk. Like we talking, girls try and test the water. Like women test the water and shit. You know what I'm saying? And like test my temperature all you want. You gonna see what time it is. You know what I'm saying? But like we talk, us men talk.
That listing, I think men took that and just ran with it, because you have for me, I'm not going to Applebee's. It ain't got nothing to do with money. Right. You know what I'm saying? First, I'm not gonna take myself to Applebee's. So no, you're not taking me to Applebee's. There's nothing on the menu that I'm going to eat from there. I don't like Applebee's.
Right. What about Fridays?
Preference. You know what I'm saying?
Fridays?
I'll go to Fridays, but I'm not going to the Cheesecake Factory. I'm not going to Applebee's. I don't like the menu. So people take that and they mistake that for, oh, her bougie ass don't even want to go to Applebee's. It ain't got nothing to do with that. But you can't sit here and make me go somewhere because it's a price point. There are other places that has that same price point, like Longhorn or something like that. You know what I'm saying? But because those two specific places are on this damn list, it's like, oh, you don't want to go to Cheesecake? Hell no, I don't.
But again,
you're not gonna take me there.
And this is what I'm saying. We just getting lucky that we got 4 women or one at this moment, because you don't even want to spoke on that thinks like this, because that's not what everybody else is coming off of. That's not what like the majority of the women. That's not how they coming. They not saying I don't like Applebee's, but
that's because a lot of times they don't get the chance. As soon as she say I'm not going to Applebee's or I don't want to go to Applebee's, she is automatically dismissed because Applebee's is on the list. You one of them. I'm not one of them.
I feel like if you take me to Red Lobster, that's the highest level of disrespect to me. Like, you might as well
damn. The butter baked biscuits? Like, no, you feel disrespected because of the butter baked?
No, but to me, I like going on vibes. Like, I like going to a restaurant that has a good vibe. Put me in the corner over here in dark vibes with our champagne. It's the vibes. I can't do that shit at Applebee's. Applebee's, you got fucking kids next to you crying and shit. How the fuck am I supposed to get to know you? You got fucking kids here eating Applebee's.
So for me, like, Applebee's is not a date. It's not a first date, but it's like, hey, you want to grab some food real quick? Hey, you want to grab some food real quick? We can go to Applebee's and grab some food real quick. I'm cool with that.
Wait. So what about the coffee?
I can drink coffee, but I'll do a coffee date. I don't drink coffee either, though.
All right.
It's like really getting to know who you dealing with and the reasons behind the things. I don't want to go on an ice cream date because I'm lactose, so I don't. You know what I'm saying? So it's like people just take it and just be like, oh, she bougie. No, it's not that, but it's a lot of limitations on some of the shit that I can and can't do.
Yeah.
And it's like, if you listening or if you really interested in getting to know a woman, you're going to figure that out. And then you're going to, make other arrangements to kind of do the same thing. Like I said, I don't drink coffee, but I'll go on a coffee date.
So hold on. I got a question for one of y'all then. I'm about to, because I had a conversation. Carmel, did we just talk about this coffee date thing like 2 days ago?
Carmel don't drink coffee though.
Okay, that's cool. That's cool. But can you remind me of what your answer to the whole coffee date thing was?
That's all we talked about.
We talked something similar to that. Am I correct or right?
What was said? Oh, he logged on. What did he say, Carmel?
I don't know what he's talking about. So we had a totally different conversation, and we had a conversation about traditional relationships where, or depending on the person, like what makes sense. So I was saying I'm not going to date a man who doesn't have a car, their own income, their own home, because the values that were instilled in me was that the person that you're dating should have what you have or more to start off with. And that's just the standard. That's just literally me saying these are my standards, because this is the same thing my dad, my father, my stepfather, they've all instilled in me, that this is what it needs to be. You need to have a man who has this and more, because in a Jamaican household, your man is head of household. He's going to be the provider. He's going to be that person. So if you don't have that to base with, then I can't do nothing with you. But that's just depending on where you are at the time. Because say for instance, I don't have a car. I don't have my own job. I don't have anything going on for me, whatever. Then that makes all the difference. Then that's the basis we can start off with. But if I have all those things, I'm not lowering that to be with somebody who does not have any of those things. You think I'm going to come pick you up for the date and then pay for the date? You don't need to be dating. You need to be going to go get some money.
Oh, wait. So did y'all see that story on Facebook? The girl, she was dating a guy for about a month or so, and she took him out to eat. She bought him some cologne as a just because gift. She takes him out to eat to her favorite restaurant. The bill was $430. She told him, order what you want. The bill came up to $430. Somebody gave her a gift card for her birthday, and she used it was $20, a $20 gift card. She used it at the date, and then he said she was broke and trifling. He was like dogging her because she added the gift card. The bill was still over $400, even with the gift card. And she paid for everything, bought him a gift, everything, and he stopped talking to her because he said she was trifling and broke because she used the gift card to help pay for the bill.
Well, good thing he said that, because it would never be another date.
Exactly.
Drizzle my ass. I hate these drizzle men.
Yeah.
So I thought that me and her had this conversation a little deeper than this, but I just want to say then. So I just want to say this. Let me give
You had a
y'all
conversation saying that whether or not broke men deserve pussy. That was a conversation.
I think we had quite a few conversations, but I apologize. I thought that we had this conversation. We didn't, but I want to spin back. Let me give y'all as me, a male, having this like asking a woman out on a coffee date, right? I want to give you all the response other than the level-headed women that's on here. I'm going to give you the average response.
Okay.
So I was into coffee dates and similar things like that before this became like an Instagram topic, because it's not about the coffee. We can drink tea. We can do nothing. We can just go to catch a vibe because it's all about a vibe for me. But let's talk in the daytime. Let's hit noon. I don't want no alcohol. I prefer not to have alcohol if I'm really seriously into you, and like when I ask women, like, how do you feel about this coffee date thing? It's like majority, 80% of a lot of women that I'm hearing when I say modern or traditional, the modern is like, nah, I don't drink coffee. Okay, I get that, but there's so many other options on there. You can get a smoothie, you can get an acai bowl. It's so many. We don't have to go to the coffee shop. We can just do something similar because it's not about the coffee at this point.
Okay.
It's about us getting to know each other in an environment where we can have a decent conversation. Let's not waste a bunch of time. I'll be honest, I'm not taking a woman out for a $300 meal, $400 meal, even a $200 meal if I don't have any interest in you, unless I'm just trying to fuck or something, and that's the way that I want to go about it. That's a whole different thing. But if I'm really truly interested in you, I want to get to know you. You know what I'm saying? But I'm getting the whole always. This is what you're getting. What kind of cheap date is that? Like, that's almost disrespectful. Like it's like something bad because the modern day woman is not understanding the point of the coffee date versus traditional. When we swing back to, I frequent Colombia a lot. And you ask any woman in Colombia, let's go out and let's go have coffee. They own it. Come on, let's go. Because it's not about the fucking coffee. It's all about, this person wants to take time out of his day. And like if there's any women listening to this, why they so busy chasing a nigga away who want to go get coffee, that man probably like you. Because if I want to fuck and that's all I want. Yeah, if all I want to do is fuck, hey, I'm busy all day, baby. I'm at the bag. I'm doing this. Let me say all this bullshit to tell you I'm not free until 9. Let me meet you at the bar and get you drunk. You know what I'm saying?
That's what they're not used to, though. That's why it's a quick no. Because if a man asks me on a coffee date, my mind is automatically going to intimate. That's more of just intimacy. You know what I'm saying? He's trying to get to know me, and he's interested in dating, like, seriously, versus, we could just go get drunk, get fucked, that type of shit. It's like a lot of women are not used to that, though. So so their response is like it's weird to them. Like, why would I want to go get coffee? And because they're automatically, I don't drink coffee. Why the fuck would I want to get? Why would he want to go on a coffee date? They're not thinking like, that's somewhere that we can be intimate, like as far as actually listening to each other, having real conversations,
getting to know each other, sober conversations.
And you need to know the playlist at the coffee shop be lit. The music that they play in the coffee shop is a vibe. Like,
shout out to the coffee shops.
Right, but the thing is this: the time of day too. If you asking me on a coffee date at 9:00 at night, you're being cheap for real.
You know what? I'll say yes or no. I think it kind of depends on.
I don't want coffee at night.
Yeah, no, you're right. Because there's so many
steak.
In the evening, there's so many other things that you can do.
That's what I'm saying.
But what about
But if you ask me during the day for some coffee, of course, because you know what? I like a motivated man that wakes up at 9, 10 o'clock in the morning, getting for his bag, and all he had time for was coffee. That shit's a turn on for me. Like,
what about that 9 o'clock gelato date, though?
Right, baby. I got to go into work at 9. Meet me for coffee at 8 o'clock. Okay, baby. I'm up too. So that's what I like as a coffee date, is a motivated man that's up to get his bag. Because obviously the guys that don't ask you for a coffee date is still asleep. Probably hangover from last night from taking that ratchet ass girl to fucking Applebee's. Shit, I don't
right.
I'm
Drinking
grabbing
them
Happy
watered
hour.
down ass cheap drinks.
At the
right
happy hour.
cheap ass drinks. No, I don't want that man. I want a man. That's the reason why I would go on a coffee date. That's probably like, you know what I'm saying? I would go on a coffee date in the morning because like I love motivation. I love that you up at 6, 7 o'clock in the morning. Because that's
And
like,
you're thinking of me.
right.
Because just be real, a coffee date.
Right.
If you calling me for a coffee date, I'm your first thought. You know what I'm saying? Like you didn't wait until tonight where you've encountered multiple people. I was the first person. Obviously, maybe I'm gonna say I'm the first person on your mind for you to interact with that day.
And if you're a man and you're asking a woman for a coffee
would
date,
y'all go on a car date?
A who?
No.
Car date.
No,
Like,
it's a car date.
Like, okay, so like I live out in like the Stoke-Kent area, and the guy I talked to live in Cleveland, and some food that he really like is out here. So I will go get the food and then meet him, and we like sit in the car and talk and eat the food. Like it's just like a meet him. That's no.
First of all, you said a mistake. I'm gonna tell you what your first mistake was.
You went to go get the food and went to him.
Well, first of all, it's not that far.
I'm bringing him something to eat.
Damn,
Working.
why is that a mistake?
What date is this? What date is this?
Wow. Okay. What was it? The first date? First date.
What date?
The first date. No. I'm not saying it's the first date. I'm saying
But hold on, why can't that be the first date? What's wrong? Like, what's wrong with that? Like, if that's
And also, actually, this shit just happened to me for real. Like, I met this guy on fucking Facebook, right? And he was like, you can come out here and you can come to my house. No, I can't. No. I don't fucking know you. I'm not coming to your house. So then he was like, well, you ain't got to come inside. We can sit in the car and talk. Again, I don't fucking know you. No, we can't.
We can talk in the car. We can talk on FaceTime.
I'm not driving fucking across anywhere, like over more than 30 minutes to come and see you. No, on the first day, if you want to do, you need to meet me halfway or something. Like,
it wasn't the first day. Okay, let me give a little background. Let me give a little bit of background. So we was talking for a while, like we've been on each other.
No. That's still the same mistake. If y'all together.
Even if it was my man, I would do it all day.
That's what I'm saying. If it was your man, I understand. If it was your man, I understand.
No, but I'm saying, but I like him though. So if it's somebody that you like, somebody that you interested in,
then you go do whatever needs to be done.
Right? Yeah, because it's the gesture. It's the gesture. It's like, I like this nigga.
I understand. That's why I said it's all on the timing. Like how many times did you do this? And did he pay for all the other meals before? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not the only one buying the food.
That's what I'm saying.
No. But it's just like he's at work all day. He might be at work for 10 hours, 12 hours. But hey, babe, did you eat lunch yet? Okay, no. All right. He said no. He don't even know I'm coming. I just show up. Like, what's your favorites and a drink?
I think that's okay. That's cool. If this is somebody that you are already interacting with,
if you're already
like them, and yes, but not somebody you just
like a tour day. No, but it's that like, listen, get in the car, but not with a stranger. Don't get in the car with a stranger, but get Caramel. What you doing, girl?
Damn.
Oh, damn. What the fuck? She going on a car date. She going on a car date. She's getting ready for Love, Lust, and Lies event.
Literally, she's lusting right now.
Okay. Halloween.
That's your Halloween costume?
It might be.
Oh, okay.
Hey, hold on. So wait.
On that note, we are having Love, Lust, and Lies is having a Halloween party on Thursday, October 31st at midnight to 5, because I know everybody else got other things to do. So we will be open at midnight to 5. And it's a monster theme, sexy monster theme. So on that note, make sure you guys sign up, register. Don't be coming to me last minute because I'm gonna be having fun that day. If you don't register a week and ahead, like I don't even know. Don't even try to come for real. Other than that, like it's gonna be lit, and it's gonna be my 1-year anniversary in Cleveland having parties. My first party was last year's.
Hey, shout out for the 1-year anniversary!
Right, we're gonna be lit. So don't call me last minute. Don't call me because last minute gonna cost you last minute prices. Because I gotta take time out of my day to answer my phone. Okay, that's it, y'all.
How much? Hold on. How much time we got left? I got a question real quick.
I mean, go ahead. We still got a little time. Go ahead. What's the
I
question?
just want to. I want to understand. Coco, you said there's a restaurant that was by you, dude, and you took it to him or something of that nature, right?
Yes.
Okay, but all the women, all y'all in here, y'all saying that she shouldn't have did that if that was her first date?
Not the first date.
No.
Okay, so hold on. What about if she cooked a meal? She cooked a meal that he happened to like. If one of y'all just was cooking a meal that he happened to like, would you take that meal to him?
Not the first date.
On the first date?
That's not a first date.
No,
that's
it's
not
not
a
a
first
first
Just
date.
like you wouldn't spend $300-$400 unless really it makes sense. It's the same situation. I'm not going to be in that type of environment with somebody I don't know.
Yeah.
Unless it makes sense.
And I don't even know what you like on the first date. Like, yeah, you might like my fucking you might like my fried rice, okay?
I'm not coming to your house on the first date. I don't give a damn what it is.
First date is supposed to be special. I look nice, you look nice. You know what I'm saying?
So y'all, hold on, y'all live an hour away from each other, and you say both parties say I got to work in the morning, but I really want to see you.
Meet me
I can't wait till
halfway.
tomorrow. So meet you halfway. You still not bringing that meal, or you gonna bring the meal?
No.
I don't mind. I mean, I gotta like you. It gotta have led up to
But
that.
how can I like you when I don't even know you?
What's her name?
What's your name?
What's your name in the middle? What's your name in the middle? What is it? Key?
Yeah.
Key, I already knew. I'm catching the vibe. I knew Key gonna be like, this ain't no big deal. Shit. If I'm gonna drive 30 minutes to this man, I'm already interested in him. What the fuck is what's a meal? Like if you like him, that's like, why y'all trying so hard not to just do something, like be the first to do something?
Easy.
Like what? Why? Like damn.
But
I don't see. I'm the relationship person on this panel. Okay, so I am on. Like I'm not. That's what I'm into, but it has to make sense to me as well. Like first of all, I'm all about reciprocation. We have to have that vibe already. I don't want to feel like I'm gonna do it's just like
right.
You don't want to do shit for a person that you don't think that is gonna be reciprocated. So neither do I. And I have to like you to be able to do that. To buy a nigga a meal is nothing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's nothing. I eat out all the time personally, myself, any damn way. To cook a nigga a meal, it's a little more than buying it.
But see, because that's what I'm getting from everybody else. It's almost like it's the first date. So I got to see what I can get out this nigga and see what he's going to do for me before I do something for him. Because you saying you want
that person want to invest more. It's the same concept.
I just want to look pretty. I want to get dressed and look pretty.
But the barbecue spot at your house, the barbecue house spot by your house, what you saying is, that's the first date. I ain't buying this nigga no punk ass $15 barbecue. Like, what the fuck? Like, why not?
Because he's
like,
gonna
expect
like, it every time. To me,
what?
If he does, I'm not buying you nothing. Because the thing is this: me being a foreign woman, I'm not gonna lie, y'all. Me being a foreign woman, they treat me like a white. Hold on. You know how they have that that stereotype, white women take care of men. They treat me like that. If I start buying you food in the beginning, they're gonna expect it every time.
I don't like to be asked.
Huh?
So that was the thing. Like the dude I was talking about fucked up with me because he asked.
Yeah.
Well, can you go and let me offer that because I don't have a problem.
It was
your friend didn't ask, so that's what makes it. Like that's you wanted to do that for him because that's what you wanted to do. So for you to ask me, you want me? Oh, go get some food and bring it to me, nigga. What?
Right.
Now that's kind of crazy though. Like that's a whole different level.
Just asked me to go get you some food and then drive it to you like I'm a fucking Uber Eats. No, nigga.
Right. That's what I said. No first date.
And we don't know each other. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
because honestly, Matthew, if you went on if you told a girl, hey, go get me something to eat, and she brings it to you the first day, like you honestly will be attracted to her.
Right.
I'm gonna tell you something.
Or would you be more attracted to a woman getting dressed up?
First of all, I'm not gonna tell a woman to do shit. So
I'm
I'm
just
like,
saying in general. But why would you
well,
ask me
okay.
that
So
question?
I'm gonna tell you how that would go, right? Because I was gonna say, hey, Key, let me ask you if I came at you like this. If she lives 30 minutes one way, an hour away, I live the other way. We already talking about meeting. Like, hey, I really want to see you. I can't wait till tomorrow. I really want to see you. But I got to work in a couple hours. You got to work. Come. Oh, by the way, you stay out there. How I would say it is, man, listen, this might sound crazy. This is exactly what I would say. This might sound crazy, man, but there's this barbecue spot right there by you. You mind snatching that up for me? Like, you mind getting that for me? And then she's gonna respond however she responds. But then as the man that I am, whether she like when she bring it, I'm not gonna ask her, I'm gonna have the money in hand, or I'm gonna ask her, what's your Cash App or what's your Apple Pay? You
But that's a
hungry too?
difference.
Grab that together.
You offered
But
the
I'm
money,
saying though, but I'm saying like
offered the money, I refused it. Like, I'm just doing something nice for you. I don't want your money. I'm not here for your money. I'm here for you. I came to
And
make
that's my thing too. If I do something for you,
yeah.
and I'm not asking you to pay me back, or you know what I'm saying, especially something as simple as food. If
but
I'm
it's all
doing
the
buy you some
gestures.
food, exactly.
It's
If
all
I'm
the
buying you
gestures.
food, or if I'm taking you on a date, I'm doing that because that's what I want to do. Like, women do take men on dates still today.
And
Like,
and
so if
to
I
answer
do
your
that,
question.
I'm doing that.
To answer your question, if she brought me food and all this other shit, I'm gonna fuck with her even more. Cause guess what? Don't nobody buy me food. And that's just real talk. Don't nobody buy me food. I buy all my motherfucking food myself, and I buy everybody else food. And this is
And that's
literal.
why,
Like,
let
it's
me tell you,
literal.
What? I
So
don't remember you buying my food.
Ooh.
yeah, because we not together. Like, we're friends, remember? We're
It
friends.
doesn't matter.
We're friends. But anyway, if
Yeah,
hey,
but
if he would have he split that bill, I would have paid for that shit, by the way, because I ain't tripping. But uh if she bought that food for me, because I'm not used to getting things like that, like I'm not used to, and I don't even allow it, because I the women in my life that do always offer, well, let me pay this time, whether they know goddamn well I'm gonna say no. Just the fact that you do that shit, or you tried or whatever, man, yeah, you on my team now. Hell yeah, because you give a
That's
fuck about me.
that's because you guys already had conversation. She already got to get to know you. But like
I
first
don't care. The first time she come through, that lets me know she's selfless. Like not selfish. She's not selfish. She's like, exactly what Key said. Man, what's some food? That's the mentality of it. Man, what's some food? I ain't say, hey, pick up this grab
but the way
this
you
jacket
said
for me.
no, the way you said it was how it's supposed to be said. Ain't no, can you go pick up this food? You know what I'm saying? I guess it's the way you said it and how you say it.
But
Because
if a nigga came crazy anyway, she probably shouldn't be fucking with him anyway. You
that's
know
what
what
I
I'm
said.
saying?
Red flag. You said what?
Block.
no, yeah, my block list about
Mine too.
That part.
That's what I'm saying. Like, now, if you honestly said that, like, if you call me and be like, hey, I understand that you live an hour away. Yeah, I would bring it to you, but we already got to know each other at that point already.
No, first date.
But
First date.
my guards is up. Honestly,
First meeting.
my guards is up. Being a foreign woman in my history is like, damn, do you think that I just got money, or you using me, or because for real, for most men that get with me, they think I will pay for everything. And then when it come back to where I don't pay for it, they be like, you ain't foreign. You ain't a real foreign woman.
Or what about just saying like, if I order it, would you go pick it up?
Yeah. I
would. Or any about that
then,
nature. Yeah.
I'll
pick it up. If I order it, hey, it's this spot over there. Yeah. If I order it, can you pick it up?
Of course.
And then it's like, yeah, that way it's like, because it's like, oftentimes, if you pay, I'm a tip. You know what I'm saying? And I pay you tip type shit or whatever. Right. Especially if it's a first date. Just sometimes it's just like, it's all about the way you approach
it. The way you approach it. That's what I said. But when they come at me, like I just hate when this is a big thing for me. They be like, okay, big money.
Oh.
Well, that's that hate shit. That's that hate shit.
Cause like
that's some southern nigga
money.
shit.
You could pick it up. It's only $10. You got money.
That's what I hate.
Southern nigga
It's
shit.
only $10. It's only $20, but pay for it.
Right, then pay for it. You know what I'm saying? I don't mind paying for it. You know me, I'll pay for it. Like I said, like Coco said, I'll send a bottle to your section. I ain't got, you know what I'm saying? But it's just the fact is the way you say it. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I know you got it. Or I'll be like,
I will.
If he contact me, like, hey, there's a place that, you know, I'll straight ask, are you sending me the money? And if he'd be like, no, you got it. What?
And I will confirm my first night meeting. Love, you bought 5 shots. I came over to the table. I said, what the fuck? Like, this shit ain't normal. Like, you know what I'm saying? I was shocked when I came back and seen them expensive ass shots sitting right there. I was like, God damn.
Right. That's what I'm saying. I don't mind doing it. It's just the fact is the way. But guess what?
And I gotta like you.
But guess how many drinks you guys bought us before that, though, Matthew?
I don't remember because I was fucked up, but I know we was drinking. We was drinking.
So, like I said, Matthew and his brothers and his crew brought us drinks all night. It ain't nothing for me to send you guys drinks back. It's not.
Yeah,
that's spin back to what I said. That stands back.
A lot of women don't rock like that, though.
That's why I'm gonna spin the block on. We got a couple of different individuals on this panel because that shit ain't normal. That's why I was shocked. Like, I'm like, are you fucking, like, I've been rocking with you ever since. It ain't just that, but it was that along with other things where you showing like, yo, you're showing traditional and modern ways. You know what I mean? Like both of them. And that's why I've been rocking with you ever since.
Modern women with traditional values.
That's what I'm saying. And that's why
shout out to modern women with traditional values.
Yes.
Where they at?
Right here. But why am I single? I'm gonna be a great woman to somebody, but I'm single. Nobody can handle the modern part of it.
But you want to be single, right?
I do, but I also said I want to be a traditional if he takes care of me. You see what I'm saying? I don't mind going back to being sitting on the floor and making sure rubbing your feet and all the other shit. I don't mind doing all that. But baby, I need a Louis bag next weekend.
That don't mean nothing. Listen, niggas buy Louis bags just because they can.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. Like, I want, that's what I like. I love accessories and I love shoes. You know what I'm saying? So if he knows what I like, then it's okay.
Nigga buy you a Louis bag
in my language. I get it. Like, love me in my language.
Yeah, that's my love language. Everybody always asks me what love language is. I said gifts. I say gifts.
Mine is gifts too.
Right. I love gifts.
But that's because I buy gifts too.
It used to be. I was young though. Like I used to.
So mine is and because here's the thing. And when I say that, it's my love language is gifts. And you have to understand me to understand that. It's like I'm not necessarily talking about, oh, I want a Louis bag, or I mean, I do, don't get it twisted, but that's not just the gifts that I'm talking about. I'm talking about the kind that makes me feel like he's paying attention to me. The type of shit where we're having a conversation and I'll be like, damn, I saw this pink air fryer I wanted, and then you done went to Amazon and I got a pink air fryer at my door. It was only $60, $80, so that's not, you know what I'm saying? So that's the type of shit that I want shit that's thoughtful. I want shit that those type of gifts, like you can fucking put a candy bag together and it'll be, you know, it's gestures.
And that's what I'm saying. You're right.
Big ass gifts being single that I like gifts, but I buy gifts too.
Right. Me too.
So it's like I don't want to do something for you and then have to worry about you not doing it back for me, because I like to buy stuff for men. But I don't want to buy you shit if you ain't gonna never buy me nothing.
Right. But that's why I said I'm a modern traditional woman, because I could play both roles. Now, what role do you want me to play? Because I'm a role player. So you want me to be the modern woman that just have threesomes with you, or you want me to be a traditional woman and just lay on my back and rub your feet?
Traditional means just laying on your back, right? I don't know.
I'm just fucking with you. You know I be talking shit. But traditional women, when I was a traditional woman, I mean, like, I made love to my man. You know what I'm saying? I gave him all. But being a traditional woman, and this is going to be the last subject for tonight. Even when you're a traditional woman and the man, I asked a lot of polls, like, do you want to be a traditional woman? Or do you want a traditional woman or you want a modern woman? Most men said traditional woman. So you got everything you want. You got a traditional woman that stays at home, cook, clean. But then it's this. Why the fuck you still cheat?
Yeah.
Because they ain't men enough to just be honest with their woman and they self.
That's why you need a modern woman, right?
I don't think it's a woman. It's not. They don't want just a woman.
Woman can get cheated on. The modern woman is gonna get cheated on with a tradition, like the traditional woman, and traditional is gonna go to the modern. Like I feel like you can get cheated on either way.
Because I think those are the men that don't want commitment. It's not. I don't think it has anything to do with modern. It's solely the fact that he's not looking for commitment at all. You can suck on.
He's just looking for that. He's just looking for that man. He's just looking for that woman to go home to.
When he wants to, he wants.
What kind of food?
Like I want what I want when I want
Bro,
it.
I just told you whatever those is. I don't know what that is.
He's risking it. He's risking home dream. Huh?
Man, I don't know, bro. Ain't they all the same price?
I got it. So he's risking losing her. He's risking losing the woman that he wants to cheat with the modern woman.
It could go.
But I think he's just cheating. Period. Like I think men risk that because they don't value or they don't think that either they're going to get caught or they don't care if they get caught. So it's like, I'm going to do what I want to do because most women not leaving. So if he get caught, it's like we stay at least the first time around because he gonna promise to never do the shit again.
He got good, he taking care of this.
Or if he got money, if he's spending the money and doing all of that, and then traditional women, in my opinion, traditional women is harder for her to leave a man because there's nothing to leave and go to. She has nothing.
Right.
She has nothing. So to start over, that's why I think men cheat more on traditional women because it's easier because they're typically
they
not
can have it their way.
But trust and believe,
they're not leaving. Unless she got a daddy that she could go home to.
And he decided to cheat. He now about to go cheat with another traditional woman. He's gonna go cheat with a modern woman. Like, period.
Yeah,
so,
I know if I was a traditional woman and he's taking care of me and this and this and this, like if he cheats on me, he cheat on me. What can I do?
Exactly.
I can't go nowhere. I got nowhere to go. I got no money.
You got nowhere to, unless you are a woman who can go back home.
Ooh, shit.
You're staying.
Toast y'all to traditional women. You know what my daughter said to me today, y'all, is a thing today called trad. They call it trad women. Trad wife versus trap wife.
Mm-hmm. All right, cheers to modern women with traditional values.
That part.
Thank you guys so much for coming. I thought about this topic for next week. What do you all think? I wanted to bring some younger women in. If anybody know, we want to know how the younger women feel about dating older men and about older women dating younger men.
Okay. I'm down for any topic.
So we got any younger women that want to chime in on why you date older men or any older. I mean, I want to bring a young boy in to, see why I would date young boys. You know what I'm saying? So you guys think that's a good topic for next week?
I think if we get a variety where we can kind of go on both sides, I think it would definitely be a good successful topic.
Okay, so with that being said, and ending it, what age group would you love to be with, ladies?
Personally, I would go from 43 to 53 is where I'm at right now. Is where I'm, but. I've been trying to date my age. It's a little different, but I always went for older men. So I'm gonna just say 37 to 53.
Okay. T.
I don't think it's necessarily. I keep getting hit on by 22 and 30 literally. I keep getting hit on by young. And it's a little creepy to for me. I have a 21-year-old, so I can't date anybody in that age range. So 32 was my limit, but I think my age is I need to stay in my age,
right?
But now with insurance and stuff like that, I want a man that got some benefits. So I might have to go ahead and skip over to the 50 and up. Put me on the medical.
Carmel, what about you, Carmel?
50.
Y'all know I love an older man.
Oh, yeah.
If he's not bald, I don't want him. So
I like my men a little young. I just can't see.
I like 30s and up.
Right. I like my man maybe like 27 and up, like 27 to like 40, because they're still wild. They're still wild. They still have that, and they still want, like you said, they hit on older women. They love me. Like they love the older women. They treat me good. Like, I never been with an older woman, this and this. I don't. And plus their arms and their bodies are still intact. Oh, I love a sexy man.
I can't do that again. I've been trying to force myself to do like 32, and it's a mental thing that's just not letting me do that.
Yeah, no, they keep me young. Y'all young men keep me young, because if I was dating an older man, what we gonna be doing? Just sitting there fucking watching TV?
No, maybe with the shit too.
They do, but I haven't even got a chance to date really an older man, because it's just like growing up. Like I just look at older men as like, I don't know, I don't like older men. Like I don't like pop.
See, for me, growing up, I didn't want an older man because I was always scared of what the fuck is my father gonna say.
Right.
He ain't having that. So I was always
you at my daddy's age, I wasn't fucking with you. Like only
you was my daddy's age, my daddy was going to jail. Right. I wasn't fucking with you because I was scared.
And I think the last older man I had, he probably went for like 2 minutes, like sex wise, and I probably got turned off with that. Like,
listen,
maybe he was excited. Maybe he was excited.
Should have
given him a second chance. You should have given him a second chance.
I'd rather have them 30, 27-year-old that just going and going and going and going like an Energizer bunny. They still got
just stay in my age range.
I'm just trying to stay in my age.
I'm gonna say like 38 to
53,
48-ish. 50. Maybe. I'll go high as 50, but
maybe it was the end of the month. Dude, prescription. He didn't get to re-up yet, man.
And that means he's not responsible.
Ooh,
right.
Right.
Or he met somebody the day before and he had to handle two of them. He had to pop two of them bitches because he went so nuts. You might have missed out.
Not responsible.
As long as the sex is over hour and a half, then I don't care how old you are.
That's crazy. You got a time.
But I noticed.
Hour and a half. I'm gonna be mad than any motherfucker. You pounding on me for an hour and a half.
What's wrong with an hour and a half? I will go 4 hours, like all night. Like
I gotta be so hot out of my mind.
Right.
I'm not 30 no more. Yeah. It was a time where I was able to do that shit, but
why though? Why though, Key? Because you haven't had a young. Find you a 27-year-old girl. You'll be going for 4 hours.
I don't think
you're gonna take that young bitch.
Or his little ass might open his mouth and that shit gonna dry up so goddamn fast.
What?
These little niggas crazy out here nowadays, man. People might not even be able to have that. Might not even be able to have that conversation, man. He might not even be able to have that conversation.
Like
what you say? What you say?
I have a 21-year-old son, so if I'm dating somebody at 27, like you're old, you could be my kid.
You're young enough to be my son, right? That's how I feel.
If you look that young, I won't fuck with you. But if you don't, like your mentality and all that stuff, like age is nothing but a number, right? If your mentality.
This dude just asked me that yesterday. He just said this shit to me yesterday. What difference do it make how old we are? Age is just a number.
It's okay for us to date daddies. It's okay for us to date 50 and 60 years old.
I don't want to date no daddies either.
But I'm just saying it's okay for us, but we can't date younger. It's okay for them to date younger, but us not.
If my son brought home a bitch my age.
Oh Lord.
Hey y'all, that's part of that foreign shit too, though, because that's part of that foreign shit too, though, because like a 27-year-old Colombian woman, a 25-year-old I even give a 21-year-old, which I'm not into a 21-year-old, but a 21-year-old Colombian woman ain't shit like a 21-year-old Northern American woman.
Why? What's the difference?
Because they've been doing shit and they're more matured mentally since they were younger. So like they done jumped off the porch a lot young, and that's usually just what it is. And then it's part of that survival mode. They survive and they got to do shit at an early age. So like it also that age range depend on where. Like I would never talk to a 25-year-old woman that was brought up here. I can't say never. It's very rare for me that I would just entertain that like here in North America.
Right. Right. You're right. So with that being said, that food you're cooking, Carmel, that looks so good. So where can we buy that? Where can we buy it? Because you know, if anybody don't know, you follow Carmel's page. She has a cooking channel, y'all.
Yes.
And she
I
cooks
will be posting a video tomorrow, actually.
Right. And she cooks looking that sexy. Would you eat her food?
And you can also book me, and I'll come looking as sexy too.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Matthew, would you book her?
I cook my own shit. I ain't gonna lie to you, man.
Anyways, so like you said, yes, you would.
All right, so y'all. So next
I'll
week,
share her page though.
Oh yeah, share her page. She does cook. She does, book her for her cooking channel.
I cook, I clean, I shut up and
yes, right. And her food is good. It ain't one of those nasty food. Like her food is good, y'all. I vouch for that.
Tomorrow we're gonna be at Euphoria, Big Topic Tuesday. Be hosting that tomorrow too. So
yeah, make sure you come out to Euphoria. Do you know what the subject is?
You coming? No, I think we talked about it yesterday. I forgot. Honestly, I don't know.
It's called Industry Entanglement.
Oh God.
I'm not coming.
Why not?
That's a whack.
No, it's not. Actually, I did that title in my season 2. Remember, Carmel?
Yes, I do.
It went skyrocket. Like it's really a good topic.
Engagement on that, because the thing is with Cleveland being so small and the industry being so small.
So what is the industry? Like what is the industry?
Right.
Like
just like everybody fucking everybody. What's that song called? Everybody fucking. What is that song?
I know every DJ says.
I think you butchered that one.
What's that song?
I'm like,
everybody fucking everybody. Like, yes. What song is that, y'all? Everybody fuck. Hold on, I'm about to Google it right quick. Don't hang up.
Not doing good. Industry entanglement
where everybody.
From Cleveland, I don't even live in Cleveland, so.
Well, you'll get to at least you'll have an inside scoop about what's going on, because I'm telling you, I know for a fact it's going to be a good amount of stories that come from people sharing their own experience. Like these promoters, the jingling be everywhere. The jingling.
I agree with that.
So where everybody fucking.
It's going to be a good time.
It's going to be on my mind, y'all. Like I don't know what the song is called.
I don't know.
Well, don't text me in the middle of the night with the song. I'm asleep. All right, I'm getting off of here. I'm sleeping.
All right, y'all. Love y'all. I'll see y'all tomorrow at Euphoria. T, you coming?
I'll be there.
Okay, you gonna be there with like a dress you had on last time? Because that dress was showing that ass on.
I had to go home. I text her on the way there, and I said, "What y'all wearing?" I saw your live. I was like, "Oh shit, Love is sexy as fuck tonight." And then she was like, "I got on this red dress. I U-turned in the middle of the street, like y'all got me fucked up. No, I am changing."
I'm gonna be simple tomorrow. I'm gonna be simple tomorrow, y'all. Just simple. I'm gonna be simple tomorrow.
Like I'm wearing heels though for sure, but I'm gonna be sorting them up. But I might not come.
I love those heels. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Why you not gonna come? You gotta come. I don't get to hang out much. So you
coming? Yeah, we gotta come. And plus, I'm in your city, so you gotta come get me.
Never mind. Okay. Wait, listen. I'm leaving from work though. I'm not coming home.
Oh, yeah, it don't matter. I'll make it there.
I'm about to say yeah. All right, but I'm not coming till like 8:52 if it started.
You know, it's not gonna start till 9 probably.
I'm not getting drunk, so I'm coming late, so I don't got to drink with
you. You said you're not getting what?
No. No means no.
Even from me?
Huh?
Even from me?
Am I being mean?
No, I said even from me. Like you can't take a shot.
No.
All right. To be continued tomorrow. Bye, y'all. Love y'all. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Hold on. What? Oh my God. All right, y'all. Thank you for tuning in for Love, Lust, and Lies, season 4, episode 4, where we're talking about traditional and modern women. At the end of the day, men love that traditional woman until they get with them, and then they can't afford them at the end of the day. For real. Bye, y'all.
Yeah, baby, it's a game we play. Love lost in lies. Can't tell them apart, but tonight we're diving deep. Silky sheets and candlelight, your whispers in my ear. Promises and alibis, everything seems so clear. Your touch is like a fire, burning deep inside. But I can't shake this feeling, there's something you hide. You say you love me, but your eyes tell a different story. Caught in the crossfire of passion and glory. Love lost in lies, baby, it's all a disguise. I see the truth in your eyes. No more alibi, we play this game, but who's keeping score? Love lost in lies, can we take anymore? Late nights and sweet lies, our secrets intertwined. The way you move, it's criminal. I can't press rewind. Every kiss is dangerous, every touch a sin. We're caught in this madness, where do we begin? You say you love me, but your eyes tell a different story. Caught in a crossfire of passion and glory. Love lost in lies, baby, it's all a disguise. I see the truth in your eyes. No more alibi, we play this game, but who's keeping score? Love lost in lies, can we take anymore? Late nights and sweet lies, our secrets intertwine. The way you move, it's criminal, but I can't press rewind. Every kiss is dangerous, every touch a sin. We're caught in this madness.